Ah, what a beautiful day in Al Sharaa, Birmingham. Sharia law is in place, the city is safe, and I'm here on my watch.
Hello there! It's me!
Oh, fuck.
I'm here to liberate you, civilian! I am ready to take you to safety! With my tank!
I'm literally part of the coalition. I'm literally part of the coalition.
Can you stop screaming? Your voice seems to be broken.
I'm part of the coalition. I am part of the coalition. I speak English. This is Birmingham. We're in Birmingham.
Don't worry, civilian. I'm going to radio to my friends right now, and they're going to save us. Right now, let me just call it in. Excuse me. Can I call you? Can I? Beep, 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 beep. Let me just press a couple buttons on my phone.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Oh God. Ah! Oh God.
Ow. Ow, that hurt. How we doing, chat? How we doing, chat? What an explosive intro, huh?
Holy fuck! Cluster munitions are illegal, I'm pretty sure.
Huh? No, they're UN sanctioned, baby. Things have changed. It's a different world now. It's a different fucking world now. How we doing, chat? What's going on? Did you like my aerial bombardment?
I didn't. No, actually, it was fucking horrible. I did not like that at all.
If you donate $5, you too can aerially bombard us.
I need you to not wait. That's $5. You're giving it away to them for $5. $5 triggers that.
I mean, it's $5 to the chatters, but millions of thousands of dollars to
yeah,
the government and the UN.
The only person who benefits from this is Mina's Lockheed Martin stocks, because she makes about 40 grand every time one of those gets fired. Oh God. What a fucking nightmare, dude. What a goddamn fucking nightmare, dude.
Does that play every time someone donates $5? Yes.
Yes. Just like a real war.
Yep.
Every time anyone with money pulls the trigger, millions of civilians die. Yes, that is true. That is true. It is it's satire. It's literally satire. We did it. Incredible.
Yeah, you can't blame it.
Oh my God.
You can't blame it. Yeah, like the stream, guys. Let's get it going.
Please like the stream.
We've got a fun one. Uh-oh. Fish, do you have something to say to us?
No, Christ! Fuck! Shit!
Whoa! Oh shit! Okay. Oh man.
No.
You missed?
Oh.
That's a good sign, I think. I think that's a good sign. Oh, fuck!
Amazing. Fuck! Oh, Jesus Christ! No! Fuck!
Oh, God! Oh, God, that never gets better. Oh, you're right there?
I got knocked onto the thing. I got blown away from the...
My fucking... I'm so glad I'm in this tank with this helmet on. That really fucking... No!
Jesus Christ.
Fish!
Hey, Smoke, and think fast.
What do you mean think fast? Why do you sound like Hassan now? Oh,
no,
fuck!
No!
Oh, shit!
Shit!
Ow!
Fuck!
Ow! Ah, Jesus. Why does the fish sound like Hassan? Did you notice that?
Oh, God.
Do you notice the fish sounds like Hassan?
Please stop.
You feel ragdolled about, dude. Is this Battlefield 3? No.
No, it's Birmingham. We established the premise. It's Birmingham. What do you
I think it's definitely not technically Iraq.
Okay. Yeah. It's definitely Iraq. Okay.
Also, the fish sounds like Assad now. I don't know why that happened. I'm sure it's no relation to the plot.
You know what? There's definitely dark pond law is occurring right now. The fish got replaced. If you've been watching for the last 7 episodes. The last 7 episodes, you'll have noticed a very, very interesting trend in the ARG that has resulted in this. The real pond dwellers know. Okay, the deep divers, they know what's going on in the background.
Whoa,
shit. Crazy. It's definitely not a half-finished ARG that like 7 people got 3 minutes into and then gave up because it was too hard. Definitely not. It's definitely deep lore.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, buddy. I've been down here on the ground. I've been assembling encryption codes. I got the goods. Okay. All right. Pull open your laptop. I've got the CENTCOM. I got the CENTCOM codes. Yeah. Pull the shit up.
Let me just back this up real quick. You know.
Yeah. Pull that shit up. Okay.
Let me just download. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, that's good. It's alright.
I just have to make sure I don't call in a fucking airstrike. Okay.
Please do not do that again. Yeah.
Let me just load this up real quick. It's a little bit slow because we're having to use fucking remote access.
We're using Starlink, yeah.
Yeah,
so, which is notoriously shitty.
Oh, it's loading in. Oh, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh shit. Let me just. Okay. Let me just log in here. Okay. Ooh, impact assessment. Okay. We're just loading in. Okay. Civilian Okay. We're loading in. We're loading in.
Yeah. So this is our strike analysis tool. We built this ourselves today. We vibe coded it with AI. Okay, so basically what this will do is this will break down a particular airstrike. If you want to just press next and log in there, there you go.
Shit,
okay. Start loading.
Right, strike card.
Yeah, system's coming online.
Okay, let's just log in here.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're loading everything up.
All right. Okay, it's taking a second. It's old computers, Middle East, you know.
There you go. Okay, we'll start with the war on terror. There we go.
Where it all began. Okay, nice.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, there. Okay, perfect. Screen's up now.
Perfect. Strike card. All right, nice. Okay. So basically, we pulled together a little bit of a strike doc. We've decided to, because the attention span of the average American is no longer than a Pokemon card, we've decided to turn this into a very basic and simple card game for you to understand, so that you can memorize all of the airstrikes at home. We'll be selling this card deck as merch at the end of stream. So if you donated $5, you'll be entitled to a PDF that you can print out at home yourself. Isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting?
Yippee!
Wow. Just $5. Simple as that. Call in an airstrike and get the airstrike deck. We haven't called it the strike dick. Dick strike? Yeah, whatever.
Excuse you?
10/07/2001. Yep, that's when the war on terror started, because America got mad. So I thought we would start all of this with a classic airstrike, 9/11, my favorite. Okay, one of my favorites. Right. Hassan's a big fan as well. Trading bombing cards are kind of exactly. Yes, we are geniuses. I know, Oscar. We know. All right, so. We've got a few stats here, and the goal of today is for us to, as a community, we're going to help fill out these little stats, okay? Now, I went through Central Command Analysis, and I consolidated something like 15,000 CIA CENTCOM reports on bombings, and this is basically the internal infrastructure of what the American Air Force uses to rate the efficacy of their strikes. They rate it on 5 categories. If you'll see here, we've got aura, self-explanatory. Right. We've got casualties. Now, this is both civilian and hostile. They just group them together into one number. Ethicalness. That's an official. Yep. That's part of their guidance. Yep. Terror. Self-explanatory. Yep. And innovation, because America and American technology.
But yeah, are they pushing the envelope? You know.
Exactly. Are they expanding?
Is the envelope full of plastic explosives? That's the question.
Yes, yeah. Are they now, innovation, all of these scales except for casualties are 0 to 100. So that's the scale we'll be using. Obviously, casualties will go up to however many people they murdered. And innovation, I would say put the Ukrainian drone trucks, or like the Mossad pager bombs would be like a 100 out of 100 as like a guidance. That's probably the most shit.
In the name of Sputnik, the Moth lives indeed. Get Bob in the name of Sputnik, the Moth. Revenge is mine.
No! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! The computer's still open. Oh fuck!
Jesus! It's okay. It's okay. It's Hunter Biden's laptop. It's immune to all damage.
Oh man! I don't know how many of those I can take without dying.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay. Oh Jesus!
That's fine. I already lost one eye. Goddamn, fucking hell. Okay. All right. So let's crack this bad boy open. So I'll talk you through these airstrikes, then we'll figure out what the good shit is. Okay. So the start of the U.S. war in Afghanistan. Okay, U.S. and U.K. forces, they decide to launch. That's Tony Blair backing his boy George Bushy. Launched intense nightly airstrikes on Taliban air defenses, bases, and Al-Qaeda training camps. So it took them about 6 months to put this like tactical package together, I guess, after 9/11. A bunch of Taliban infrastructure was super heavily damaged, and defenses were softened for a coalition ground force invasion. Taliban called it an attack on Islam.
Oh my
Kabul
God.
and major cities were targeted, leading to rapid Taliban retreat by mid-November. Pretty good. Were there civilian casualties? Now, unfortunately, I can't speak for the documentation. This is how they talk about it internally. It says, yes, incidental, which is kind of fucked up.
Nice.
It's just like, yeah, you know, like a few kids. Here's the incidental casualty. A stray US cluster bomb hit a village near Herat on October 22nd, killing 9 civilians and injuring 14. So we'll throw in... So that's pretty straightforward. I think I'll add in the casualties there. So that's 14 plus 9, which is very difficult maths. That's what, 23? 23. There we go. So we got 23 casualties there. Fuck! Please stop!
Oh God!
No! Oh,
No! Oh shit!
No! Hassan!
Oh
Wait!
shit!
Oh God! No!
Ow! It hurt. Why does it hurt every time? Every time it's different.
Wiz, is this what we've been doing to the Middle East? This is horrible!
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God! Christ!
Oh fuck! That really hurt. You feel that in your fucking back.
I think, bro, I coughed up some shell. It doesn't even make sense because it doesn't. It's not in me. It's on me. Oh God. Okay. All right. So we got 23 casualties. Pretty good start. In terms of aura, I don't know. What do you think? It's the launch of the war on terror. So it marked the beginning of Operation Enduring Freedom. I would say it gets like 20 aura points just for Operation Enduring Freedom. That's a pretty good name. That's a pretty banging name. It's not the best I've seen, but it's pretty damn good. What do you think?
Enduring Freedom is. I think it's a good name because it's so horribly misleading.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right. Which I think adds to the aura. It's like the evil guys are calling their Death Star the Freedom Ray, you know?
Yeah, right? At least the Death Star's called the fucking Death Star. Like, this is not even trying to... It's like, oh yeah, we're definitely not incredibly evil.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, alright. Should we go... Let's say, I think War on Terror was a banging line. Operation Enduring Freedom is a banging line. I'm happy to put this at 40 out of 100. I think that gives it a bit of aura. Nothing crazy, but pretty solid opener to the devastation of the Middle East for the ensuing 25 years.
Yep.
What do we think about the ethicalness? Now, I think it's worth mentioning in the Aftermath report, the Taliban collapsed within weeks, but there were also civilian deaths from US bombs.
Now the question is, what are we actually reviewing here? Because we're talking about the ethicalness of what happened to civilians, or
I would do it like Israel-Palestine debates, you know, like how much effect did they get for how much evil they had to do? I think that would be my kind of ethical.
Okay.
You know, a 100. We'll actually look at this example later, but I would put. Do you know that time they knocked a dude off the leader of Al Qaeda? They managed to knock him off his balcony with a missile sword, and it hit no one except him on his balcony, and his wife was 2 meters away, and she was perfectly fine. I would put that at ethicalness 100.
Are you okay?
Literally,
that's top ethicalness. It's like the effectiveness of what it was.
Literally hitting the leader with 0 casualties, barely any damage, instant death. Kind of perfect. Yeah, that would put that at 100. So that's like 1 missile, 1 dude, cut the head off the snake, perfect shot, no casualties, no fuck ups. That's like 100.
Whereas so this attack accidentally destroyed an entire village.
Yes, which is pretty bad. I think that I don't think you can get above a 50 if you annihilate a civilian village. I think there's a hard cap on that. Okay. So should we say, but
because a cluster accidentally firing a cluster bomb at a village? No. You know what I mean?
To be clear, there's no such thing as accidentally a cluster munition, because by definition they're indiscriminate.
They must have thought it was something, right?
No, they didn't. So they said a stray US cluster bomb. So I think they flung cluster bombs out, and one of them just rolled into a village and went off.
Jesus.
So should we call that? Should we? Let's call that. I feel like a 15 to 20 feels about right.
Yeah, that's suitably low. You know.
Okay,
it wasn't
put it
specifically targeting civilians, but it's still fucking horrible and destroyed a village.
Yeah. Terror, I'm tempted to put it at like a 75. Like, literally, War on Terror, Enduring Freedom, cluster munitions, overwhelmed and destroyed the Taliban within a few weeks. They were done by fucking November. Like, I think 75, like horrifying, terrifying, just like
Yes, yeah, incredibly
overwhelming
terrifying. They're
force.
just carpet bombing fucking the entire country. Oh shit.
Okay. No! No!
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Lives
Oh
indeed,
shit.
moth lives indeed, moth lives indeed, moth lives
No.
indeed, moth lives indeed, moth lives
He's
indeed.
not even finished talking! Ah!
Oh god!
Oh, my blood. My blood hurts. Oh, oh god.
This stream fucking sucks, dude. This
Yeah,
stream
it's not
fucking
nice.
sucks, dude. This is horrible. Alright,
It's not
oh
nice.
Christ. Okay. Innovation. Now, I'll be honest, I get very little innovation here. I mean, it's just throwing a bunch of
Yeah,
shit
it's
they
just
already had.
yeah. There's not any new bombs. It is, if anything, it's lazy.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just using the same
guess we could give
strategies
them
across the
some-
entire country to the point where they were like blowing it up.
Yeah. Can we get I'll give him 25 for like the mimetic innovation of War on Terror. Like that was enduring, to be fair. Like that.
Yeah, but is that what
feels-
we're counting here?
To be honest, they usually don't have strong propaganda, so I'm willing to give War on Terror an exception. Like 9/11, you know, the Patriot Act. There's a lot of like cultural innovation there, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think?
That's true.
How about 20? We'll give it a 19.
yeah.
They won't hit the cusp. That's out of 100, so it's not like. I think I'm pretty happy with that card. What do we think? Yeah, we good to go?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair rating. Chat, what do we think? One's a chat if it's a good rating. Two's a chat if I don't know.
Yeah, please offer your own perspectives on the numbers as well. We'll definitely
Yes,
include your
yeah.
input,
Every
don't worry.
every single one, please. Okay, should
On
we move on to
health,
the?
okay. On ethics, they did help rebuild, which maybe adds to the ethics.
Yeah, but you
I'm
can't
gonna
rebuild
say,
people.
Yeah,
You
that's awesome. Actually, we'll come to that because there's some attempts to do that a little bit later on, which
Jesus.
is really fucked up. Okay, yeah, I think you're right, but I'm gonna say because it's the bombings, the rebuild project afterwards doesn't matter as much to me. I think maybe it'll come up later, but for now, I think War on Terror. I'm happy with this.
Yeah, if anything, that's just like
almost
further
14.
imperialism rebuilding. You know?
Yeah, true.
It's
Okay.
like, oh,
Now
okay,
this
it's just-
one.
Okay,
This
should we
next one's
one?
very exciting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the
What the
very
fuck is
first
this?
peacetime drone strike. So this is I found the first one. This is the first known
Oh, shit.
targeted drone killing of someone outside of a war zone. Okay. This is the first time a CIA MQ-1 Predator killed someone, took someone out. Now, they fired a Hellfire missile at a car, blowing up 6 suspected Al-Qaeda members. Among those killed was Qaid Salim al-Harithi, aka Abu Ali al-Harithi. You know, everyone knows him. I know that the AK, without the AKA, you may not have recognized him. He was the mastermind of the USS Cole bombing, and Commander Wish, who was an
What was that?
American citizen. I don't know. Let's look it up. USS Cole bombing. I actually didn't look this up.
Excellent
It
research.
sounds like a ship.
It does sound like a ship.
It was an unsuccessful attempt to blow up a US Navy ship. Okay.
Ooh.
That was it. It was being refueled in Yemen's harbor. They flung a missile at it, and I guess they... Oh, it was a suicide attack.
Oh shit.
Okay, oh, right. Was it a boat suicide attack? What did they do? No, it wasn't that unsuccessful. Wait, what the fuck? 17 US Navy soldiers killed. Okay, it changes the difficultness a little bit. This is a
Yes, it
response
does.
attack. Alright. Al-Qaeda claim responsibility. Damn, okay. Jesus. So they docked in a harbor, and then a small fiberglass boat carrying C4 explosives and 2 suicide bombers approached the port side and exploded. Created a 12 by 18 meter gash.
Okay, so my question
Wow.
my question would now be, was it against a military base?
Well, they were attacking a U.S. Navy. Oh no, this strike. They literally just Thanos snapped a car full of Al-Qaeda.
No. Yeah, I get that. I'm talking about the initial attack. Was that outside of a war zone? That's my question.
That was in Yemen, and Yemen is more war zone than country, so it's hard to say really. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like Yemen, the U.S. Navy, they put a U.S. Navy ship, a military ship, in harbor in Yemen, and then these guys suicide bombed it while it was refueling, basically. So I think that changes the ethical implications of the retaliation. But yeah, vehicle destroyed. As you can see, funny picture of a completely obliterated vehicle. No
Yep.
civilian casualties, pretty good. And the strike occurred in a remote desert area, which I really appreciate. I think this could be quite high in ethicalness. It seems like now, hold on. Covert, this is where things get a bit interesting. Covert strike revealed. Yemen's government quietly approved the US action. So they got approval from the country that they were bombing in.
Yeah.
They didn't kill any civilians. It was out in the desert, so no one got hit. I mean, this is before, I guess, militants were taking any actions to prevent themselves from being drone struck, because it wasn't happening yet, so they were very vulnerable. The success
there
of
was
the
no
Nixon
defenses
Topaz
against
figure-
it.
Yeah, the only ethical problem is that they killed a US citizen who was also in the car.
What? What?
Well, he was a member of Al Qaeda, but he was an American.
Oh my god. Okay,
So
okay. So
there
he
was a-
wasn't.
there
He
was a
wasn't a
legal
civilian.
debate.
You're saying, right?
I'm gonna say Aura. I'm putting Aura at 75. This is the first time we got a drone
Well, how do you
strike
feel about
instant
that? How
death
do you feel
out of
about
the
that?
sky.
The first attack outside of a war zone, like the
That
from
does
drone.
impact the ethicalness for sure. But the fact is, the ethicalness. I mean, the Yemenis, the Yemenis were totally fine with it. Like they were just like, yeah, blow up our country, like bomb us. So I guess cool.
Be the first.
I would put ethicalness. I'd put ethicalness at 75 as well, to be honest. Only killed bad guys. Retaliate. If it was out of nowhere, if it was just let's kill some terrorists, but it was in retaliation for more U.S. Navy men getting killed.
but
17 dead
what you
US
gotta
Navy.
what you gotta consider is in terms of ethicalness, this ushered in a new age. You know.
Ooh, I see. Well,
So
then let's
in a
put,
way, in a way, it's responsible for everything that came after, right? Because it set precedent.
I see. Okay, so then that's hard though, because I feel like the ethicalness of this particular strike is good, but you're right that future strikes end up kind of probably trying to relive the glory days, you know, like, oh, remember when we could just Thanos snap terrorists from across the world? And then they started getting a bit too easy, fleeing it about. You can see why Obama got addicted to this shit. You know, the dopamine hit of just instantly Thanos snapping a few terrorists from across the world. I will put an 80 innovation. This is literally the first drone strike. Like,
Yeah,
such
it
a
gets
big,
high. It definitely gets high. And terror would be off the fucking scale. Someone just randomly died.
You think so? Okay, alright, yeah. Terror is 100 for...
And it created the concept of fucking terror, right?
I'm gonna put terror at 90 because I feel like it's... Actually, you know what? No, hold on, I want to dispute this a little bit. I think 85?
Okay.
The reason I'm saying that is because terror includes, like... It's like... They are only hitting the bad guys, which is less terrifying than just, like, carpet bombing a city. You know what I mean? It's, like, less horrific. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, instant death is scary, but this is like, oh, the bad guys just instantly vaporize occasionally. This is before civilian casualties.
Move by tank? Okay, okay. Move by tank.
You
I'll
can
move
move
the
the whole... Why don't you move the whole card over? I got space.
well, I kind of want it centralized. Let's go down. How's this chat?
That's pretty good, yeah, that works.
Is this better?
That works, yep. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that card. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, what's next? What's next?
Speaking
Whoa,
of terror...
shit. What is this?
Okay, this one I like to call Shock and Awe. This was the decapitation strike that opened up the Iraq War. The US forces tried to kill Saddam at Dora Farm compound on March 19th and 20th. 4 2,000-pound bombs and Tomahawk missiles obliterated the site. So this is basically what we're looking at is the strike that started off the Iraq War and then started the bombing campaign that kicked off the Iraq War. So there was an attempt to decapitate leadership, a bit like the Iran strike as well.
Yeah.
Just to kind of knock out a bunch of leadership before shit went crazy. Every building was destroyed except one palace, but unfortunately Saddam was not present and no bodies were found. The initial blast killed at least one civilian and injured 14 others, including women and a child. Not great.
Jesus.
The next night, the massive shock and awe bombing of Baghdad commenced, devastating government and military targets across the city. Civilian casualties. Yep, there was minor in the first strike, and then the subsequent shock and awe strikes caused a shitload of civilian casualties. It's so messy, there aren't really accurate readings.
Jesus. Well, I think that wins aura points, but I think it'll be very low in everything else bar terror. You know, like super high casualties, low innovation.
They killed about 300 a day. It looks like the total is 6,700, which is fucking off the scale Literally, we're gonna have to. There we go. That's crazy, dude. Look at that. Fucking mental.
Oh, gee.
Aura 100,
Jeez,
I think.
6,700.
Do we agree with Aura 100? Shock and awe, literally just like annihilating a city,
Well,
top to bottom. Fucking.
Is it okay? Is it actually aura,
I would
or
call,
is it throwing your fucking?
Aura,
Is it throwing out your fucking toys at the pram?
No, I think shock and awe. If you don't forget, this is the Iraq War, where like the shock and awe tactic was defined and incredibly successful. Like America raped Iraq in the war. It was just overwhelming. I think Iraq was probably it's literally aura farming. I think Iraq is probably the highest aura war that America's been in, right? It was just overwhelming success, coalition forces, like they absolutely wrecked shit. It was crazy. The Geneva Convention didn't give a fuck. I think Aura 100, dude. I can't think of anything that's higher Aura than this.
What's chat think?
Awe, literally.
Chat, we need you to win. The Geneva Convention doesn't have any problem with it. Oh my god. Oh my
awesome.
god.
That's great. Is the ethicalness fair if it did work? Well, this is the thing. I'm going to say low ethicalness because, first of all, you annihilated a civilian city, and also you missed Saddam. So, honestly, I'm going to say 5. It had some military utility. They focused on military targets in town. They tried their best. But, yeah, bad. Very evil. Dude, don't forget, it's out of 100. This is low.
Okay,
Scale of what, 0 to 100.
Okay.
I know you want to do negative numbers, but let's just stick to...
I think the ethicalness should be minus 6,700.
I'm going to put ethicalness 15 because I know that there's other stuff coming up later that we might need to reserve. So, in fact, honestly, 20. I'm sorry. It's really bad. It's really bad down the list.
Oh, God.
Terror,
yeah,
I think
Terror
is
maximum,
100, right?
Yeah, this is horrible.
Yeah, okay. And this is a great card. Innovation. I'm going to put it down at like
Nothing.
8.
Poor, very
Pretty
poor.
shit. Yeah.
It's the same innovation that we saw in World War I, which is just throw everything at everything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just fucking, yeah, insta. Aura is mid? How is Aura's high but not that high? Okay, I'm willing to put Aura, I'm willing to concede. I'm gonna put Aura at 82. I think that's fair. Fine, we'll leave some headroom. But shock and awe, let's not forget, you know what? I'm unfairly adding in the success of the overall Iraq War to this. Okay, fine. Next slide.
Right, next slide.
I think we're happy with this. Chat seems happy.
What is
this? Okay, this one sucks.
B1
I call this
bomber
one
JDAMs?
I call this one the bad tip. It's pretty bad. Okay. Yeah. So, this is the highest profile errant strike from this era. Acting on time-sensitive intel that Saddam and his sons were meeting in a Mansour neighborhood villa, a B-1 bomber dropped 4 2,000-pound JDAM GPS-guided bombs within 45 minutes of tip-off. So they got a bit of information, and they scrambled 4 JDAMs in 45 minutes. The bombs took out 3 houses and blasted a huge crater. Saddam was not there. US post-strike analysis found no evidence any regime figure had ever been present.
Where did this tip come from?
I'll explain in a minute. For now, 18 civilian casualties killed on the ground. No Iraqi leaders. I'd like to put in a multiplier because raw civilian, no military hits. Are we okay with that? It's pretty bad.
Sorry, why times 2? Because there's no targets?
Yeah, I think that's fair. What do you think?
Jesus, yeah.
We'll double it. Global condemnation was in the aftermath, of course. The strike became one of Iraq War's most notorious mistakes.
So this is
Human Rights Watch criticized. So here's
I was gonna say this is incredibly low aura, right? This is
embarrassing.
Yes, completely.
This is 0. This is
It's being wrong, doing something bad, and being sloppy. All in one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was incompetence plus evil, which is really, really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happened. Because I did some research on this. Basically, they used satellite phone tracking to determine where the heads of the regime were. Now, I looked into this, and it turns out, at the time, satellite phone tracking had a error radius of 100 meters. JDAMs have an error radius of 18 meters. You see the problem?
Yes.
You basically have to just randomly decide which part of that 100-meter radius you want to throw JDAMs at, and they decided all of it. They decided all of it. So they decided to just nuke a neighborhood, fucking blasted the shit out of it, killed a bunch of people. Very bad, yeah. I have a, if you want to click the link there,
Okay.
we can actually look at a little bit more. Some
What
of
is
these I've
this?
added a little bit of extra detail for you, so it's just you'll just have to. Just
God, there's
zoom
a
out.
web page. You needed to give me more heads up if you wanted to see this.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize. You know what? Actually, forget the web page. Forget the web page. Go back to the slide. I'll fix it for you, sweetie. Don't worry.
Okay. Yippee!
Oh, but now I'm autistic and I'm gonna have to do it a cool way. Hold on.
Ba-da-da-da.
Okay, hold on. I'm preparing a pop-up for you. Cause
Okay. Pop-up loading. Pop-up loading. Ba-ba-bum. Oh.
Oh, come on, please work. Yes. Okay. Boom. There we go.
Oh.
All right. How cool is that?
Yay!
I love this program. This is great.
Yeah, it's good software.
this thing.
That's
this
what the
thing we vibe
CIA
coded
never
is
find
very
out about
cool.
this. This software we coded just to fucking log their mistakes.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, four satellite-guided JDAMs dropped in on a couple of houses. Okay. U.S. intelligence indicated, blah, 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 that they were there. Pentagon officials admitted that they did not know precisely who was at the targeted location. What we have for battle damage assessment right now is essentially a hole in the ground. A site of destruction where we wanted it to be. Where we believe high-value targets were. We do not have a hard and fast assessment of what individuals were on site. Said Major General McChrystal. He's like, they're like, hey, so what's the post-strike assessment? And he's like, yeah, so there's a hole in the ground. That's pretty much all the information we have. We decided where we wanted to put a hole, and now there's a hole. The strike shows that targeting based on satellite phones is seriously flawed. Even if the targeted individual is actually determined to be on the phone, the person could be far from the impact point. The GB31s dropped on Al Mansur have a published accuracy of 13 meters. Oh, Jesus. Where the phone coordinates are 100 meters. Yeah, even less. US military leaders defended these attacks even after revelations that the strikes resulted in civilian deaths instead of the deaths of the intended targets. One said that the strikes demonstrated US resolve and capabilities.
Bruh! Well, it
Fuck
does.
yeah, dude!
Well, it absolutely does.
Fuck yeah, dude!
But that's not wrong.
Ethicalness 7.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking low.
Because I know what's about. Terror, honestly, 3. Kind of embarrassing, pretty weak. Just missed badly. Innovation, I'm gonna give them a little bit of innovation because they learned not to use satellite-guided phones anymore.
Jesus.
They learned from their mistakes at least. Because they never did this again. They actually never did this again. So they
That's
did learn
good.
something.
You'd hope.
There was some innovation. Alright. Cool. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Right. That was a good card. That was a good card. I like that one.
That was a banging card. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay.
Uh-oh. Four CIA predators. Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So this is a botched strike in tribal Pakistan. 4 CIA-operated Predator drones fly in and fire off 10 Hellfire missiles at 3 houses in Damadola just after midnight. Now, the strike purportedly targeted Al-Qaeda deputy Ayman al-Zawahiri. So this was Saddam Hussein's kind of second-hand man, right-hand man. In fact, this is the guy who took over after Saddam. Not Saddam, sorry, fucking Osama bin Laden. So this is the guy who succeeded bin Laden. Instead, it obliterated several families. At least 18 villagers were killed. Reports range up to 25, including 5 women and 5 children. I feel like children are worth double points, so I'm gonna throw this in at 32. Let's say 30. Let's give it an even 40 for casualties.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. Civilian casualties, yes, Major. All fatalities were local civilians. And now we put in the 2x multiplier because there was 0 military targets hit, which I think is they didn't hit anything useful. US officials later admitted no terrorists were killed, only innocent villagers.
Gee, so why? Why did they do this attack?
So, basically, they thought that they thought that Bin Laden's right-hand man was there. So there was backlash in Pakistan. It sparked anti-American protests in Pakistan. I'm gonna call that a little bit.
What? Sorry, was there a chance that he was in Pakistan?
There's always a chance, dude.
That's not what I mean.
Sorry, I read.
Was he ever?
Hold on, wait. I think there was a possibility. This guy did travel through a bunch of Pakistan villages. This was a miss for sure, but I think that I don't know what information they used, but it seemed a little bit more reasonable than some of the other shit, I think, based on the consolidation. The incident highlighted the CIA's covert drone program, previously unacknowledged. Oh, this is the first time people found out about the CIA's covert drone program. The villain aura, though? I don't know. I don't know. Why did they think that? Okay, we can look into it. We can do a little extra research. Why not?
Is the US just making stuff up to bomb things? Well, that's what we're kind of learning here. We're
Wait a minute. Where did the information come from? Let's have a look. Okay, so the attack was aimed. They believed he was attending an Al-Qaeda meeting in the village. Oh my god, okay, they thought they killed him for like 2 weeks afterwards, and then, and this is an example, this might be the first negative aura score. Al-Qaeda Zawahiri later releases an audio tape days later proving he was unharmed, embarrassing the US intelligence agency. That's a -40, I think. They are aura farming off of your failure. Catastrophe. You aura farmed for the enemy. Ethicalness? Straight 0. Absolutely nothing.
Yes, yeah.
Terror? Honestly, 0.
Yep.
Innovation?
Well, terror for civilians
0.
high. You know, it's like, you can just live anywhere and just die. You know?
And instantly die to the CIA, yeah.
Yep. If they want to kill you, they'll kill you, you know?
I can't think of any innovation, really.
Yeah, no innovation here. I think if innovation is to succeed, it needs to be successful. Are you raising massacres? Yes.
Obviously.
You government ones.
So here's what's interesting. I'm gonna give them 10 innovation because this is a coordinated 4 drones, 10 Hellfire missiles, and I reckon they were excited to do like a coordinated strike because previously they'd only used 1 drone at a time in these CIA strikes. So this was a bit.
So yeah, but is it innovation because it obviously didn't have any results?
Coordinating stuff. Again, the innovation is purely technological. I bet they got some utility out of like coordinating 4 drones together. Innovation has nothing to do with the success.
I think they can already do that.
It's not random. They knew. They thought they knew. Okay, hold on. Why did they think? Okay, but here's the thing. All right.
Why did they think?
Right.
That's a good question.
Okay, hold on. So here's the explanation. Okay, so. The tribal areas of Pakistan, covering the remote and rugged mountains along the nation's northwestern border with Afghanistan, constituted a unique challenge in the war on terrorism. Since 2002, intelligence officials basically had to watch helplessly as they trained terrorist leaders in these tribal camps. Okay. Training camps were established. Young militants from throughout the Muslim world flew in to prepare for jihad. By the end of 2006, the estimated number of foreign fighters in the area was in the thousands and constantly increasing. Intelligence officials believe 80 to 90% of the jihadists are hardened terrorists, operatives, and fugitives. Okay. Oh, here we go. Analysts believed that in 2005, US intelligence picked up indications of a plan for a senior Al-Qaeda gathering in northern Pakistan. Some experts concluded that couriers returning to the area after delivering Al-Qaeda videotapes to Al Jazeera may have unwittingly led trackers to safe houses. By early January 2006, the CIA was confident it pinpointed the house and time when Al-Qaeda's second-in-command was planning to convene a meeting. Okay. This sounds like a good plan. Oh, wait, hold on. It was later discovered he had indeed eaten dinner at one of the target houses, but had left 2 hours before the strike! No! Okay, we have to change the ratings. Ethicalness goes up to 20. He was there 2 hours earlier. They would have killed the guy.
It was a near miss, but unfortunately they near missed and just killed 1 million children and people.
Yep. Okay. So we'll give him a bit of that. I'm gonna reduce. Honestly, aura goes negative aura goes up because near miss is more embarrassing.
Yes,
right. It's like Right? Somehow, although it indicates greater capability, also trackers, I'm bumping innovation up to 30. Using they're using trackers on journalists on Al Jazeera.
But again, it didn't work.
Point locations. It did work. He was there 2 hours earlier. Everything worked. They got unlucky. They got unlucky. I'm calling it.
Bro,
they got
imagine
unlucky.
your unluckiness kills this many fucking
2
people.
hours. 2 hours, dude. 2
But
hours.
even if they were bang on the money, they still would have killed the guy and 40 people.
No, because I imagine while the Al Qaeda training thing was happening there, more bad dudes were around, but they all left.
Well, they still would have
So I
killed
think it would
40
have been more
people.
even. Probably, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. You don't know you don't know how the civilians would have stacked up later. It's impossible to say. But what you do know is that you would have got him and a bunch of other leaders. But this is why the multiplyer's there. Look, everything is.
I don't think because we're looking at this through the eyes of civilian casualties, right? I don't think if you murder as many civilians as you do targets, that's ethical.
I didn't say it was ethical. Again, 100 ethicalness we've established is sniping the leader with 0 casualties other than him.
But no, my point is, even if he was there, it wouldn't have made it more ethical.
It would have a little bit, just a little bit.
Because
Because ethicalness is a combination of effectiveness mediated by collateral damage. I would say.
If I'm understanding you right, how many people is this one guy worth? And when did you start working for the CIA?
Yeah, when did I start working for Israel? I would actually say I don't need to answer that question for the card to remain relevant. Like, ethicalness is just, it's a rating from 0 to 100. Is Smug wearing an eye patch? I fought in the war! Anyway, we can go to the next slide. I'm pretty happy with this card.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I need to be clear. Wiz, I need to be clear. I need to leave 20 points of room below this because it gets so much worse. You have no idea. Okay, I'm trying to hold the line on either side because it gets worse everywhere. These are not even close to the worst ones, brother.
Gulp. Gulp.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Okay. This one, pretty standard. Okay, Abu Musab al-Zakaki. Okay, takedown of an Al-Qaeda leader in Iraq. Acting on intelligence of Zakawi's whereabouts, 2 F-16C jets were redirected from refueling to strike an isolated safe house.
Whoa.
At 6:15 p.m., one F-16 drops 2 500-pound precision bombs on the house. The building was obliterated. Here's where it gets fucked up. Abu Musab was found alive at the scene and then died shortly afterwards. 7 others were killed, including his spiritual advisor and 2 women. So, I'm gonna say right now, the aura of finding the dude alive and him dying anyway is kind of higher, right? It's like, holy fuck. I would give that like a 30, maybe even a 45 in combination with the actual, like, isolated safe house attack, right?
Yeah.
You're literally in a safe house that explodes. That's higher aura. I'm gonna give this 55 even. I think it's pretty good. Casualties, we've got 1 bad guy and then basically his family. In addition to Zakawi and male associates, at least 2 women were killed in the house and possibly a child. These were likely, there was too little of a child to find out.
How is it possibly? How can they still be possible? This happened in 2006.
Possibly.
Maybe the kid died.
These were likely family members or locals present with Zakawi. Okay. So I'm gonna say, well, casualties is actually pretty low. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It sounds like roughly 10. So we'll give him roughly a 10. We'll throw in 1 because we don't know that whether a child was killed counts as half a child, which is 1 because a child is worth 2 points. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ethicalness, I'm gonna say pretty high. It's a safe house filled with a dude and his associates.
Yeah, Al-Qaeda
his spiritual
leader.
advisor. Yeah, and also I don't really feel bad about killing women. I think it's weird that all of these reports are like, and also a woman, but it's like, you know what? That's bigotry.
Well, I think it's probably under the assumption that in this world, women are not soldiers. You know,
which I think is true, but it doesn't mean that they're not like a coordinated part of this stuff. So it's really hard to say. I think women are vaguely involved. Anyway, I'm happy to put ethicalness at 65.
Yeah, surely the spiritual advisor's not involved in the same way, right? Killing a priest? Oh, that's bad. Now that I think about it.
You care.
No, it's
You care
bad.
about
It's
priests?
bad. Yeah,
Really?
you're not supposed to kill them. Yeah,
You're
because
gonna
they're non-combatants. You know, they're good. They've
Yeah,
donated
but
their
hold
life
on.
to God.
No, bro. Think about it. Spiritual advisor to Al Qaeda. Think about it for a
They
second.
don't shoot. Did you think?
Bro.
So how do I get through this?
Yeah,
The
you're
doctor's
fucked. I'm
oath.
sorry, dude.
You gotta help everyone. It's like that.
He's not a doctor. He literally is.
He's a doctor of
pro-jihad
God.
and building the propaganda infrastructure for jihad. Yeah, no, I'm saying that locks in at 65. I'm pretty happy with that where it is.
Bigot.
He's out of line, but he's right. Yeah. Okay. Terror. Someone in chat said 20. That feels about right to me. It's not that terrifying. I think you get more aura farming off of him being near death than terror. Yeah, it's a radicalizing hate preacher. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And then innovation. I'm gonna say. Let's have a look here. Major victory for US Sakami's death is a tremendous success for the Iraqi
very
people
low.
and
It's just
coalition.
2 airplanes dropping a bomb.
Hold on.
Come on.
It was a high-profile blow to Iraq's insurgency. Oh, here we go. Zarqawi led a campaign of beheadings and bombings. Jesus. Okay, I think ethical is 65 is solid. This guy was doing beheadings.
Yeah, he was not a good guy.
Al-Qaeda in Iraq confirmed his death soon afterwards and then named a successor. The strike boosted Iraqi government morale, but Al-Qaeda in Iraq regrouped under new leadership. Okay, I think innovation.
Nothing 10. Nothing basically.
GPS guided missiles. How?
GPS,
don't forget, this is the year 2006.
No.
Laser guided. How new are these missiles? I'm gonna look up how new these missiles are. When did the
Not
GBU-12
very.
get? I wish Mina was here. When was it created? It was okay. That was created in 1976. Never mind. What about the GBU-38? That was created in. Oh, that's the JDAM. Okay, when were JDAMs made?
Or this.
99. Okay.
Like
yeah.
7-year-old GPS guided. Yeah, that's so true.
Fine. Okay, I'll give him a 10.
Yeah,
They
it's
hit a
low.
safe house. That was clearly some tech was probably involved, but yeah, okay, fine, we can move on.
What? No. The only technology involved was a bomb from an airplane.
Yeah, but how did they find out about the safe house? There's some
This
intelligence
guy was leaving
innovation.
decapitating
Clearly
people all over
happening.
the place.
Who's leaving heads? It's like it's the
Yeah.
house surrounded in decapitated heads rolling about. Aim for the pile of heads. Yeah, sick.
Right. Oh shit,
Okay.
what is this? Collateral
Oh, you
murder?
know this one actually. This one's so famous that you know it. That's how
Okay.
bad this one is.
Uh-oh.
The collateral murder incident. This is the video that got leaked on WikiLeaks, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it's called the name of the video when it was published by WikiLeaks was Collateral Murder. So it's called the Collateral Murder Incident.
Jesus.
Amid the Iraqi insurgency, 2 US Army Apache gunships engaged a group of men on a Baghdad street. Gun camera video later leaked shows the Apaches firing 30mm cannons, killing about 8 to 10 men in the first volley. Among those killed were Reuters photographer Namir Nur Eldin and driver Saeed Khma, mistaken for insurgents. Their cameras were misidentified as weapons.
Bruh.
And in fact, when you watch the video, which we
Do you
can't
remember when
watch 'cause it
killing
involves,
journalists
like,
was a
10 dudes
scandal? Do
getting
you
gunned
remember
down.
that?
I know, right? Yeah, that was huge. So basically, a guy mounts one of his cameras on his shoulder, and in the video, it really doesn't look like an RPG, but that's basically what they use as the justification to just fucking mow them all down. I imagine you've watched this video. I've watched this video a few times. It's pretty fucking
I would have
gnarly.
watched it back in the day.
Of course, yeah. It's also like the Apache guys are like giggling and they're just like, yeah, got them straight through the window. Oh, that one's running away. Get him. Ba 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 ba. You know, they're like fucking around like they're
Yeah.
playing a video game. It's really bad. When a van, oh, this is where it gets worse. When a van arrived and civilians tried to evacuate a wounded man, the Apaches opened fire on the vehicle again, killing 2 more adults and gravely
Jesus.
wounding the 2 small children inside.
Bruh.
Then they added a hellfire strike to knock out a nearby building.
What the fuck? Were they just like, we've got leftover
Yeah,
fucking bullets?
this
What's
is-
going on here?
This was insane. Yeah. So civilian casualties 18 with the 2x multiplier because obviously no insurgents anywhere near this fucking shit. You know what? I'm gonna say times 3 because you hit a journalist as well. I feel like that's fair. Oh, sorry. Don't forget the 2 children. So that's 20 times 3. There we go.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Global outrage after the leaks in the aftermath. The US military initially reported the incident as a firefight with insurgents. This is where we probably need to go into some ethicalness negatives. I'm going to say negative 15 for reporting it as a firefight with insurgents.
Just hoping nobody
April
fucking
2010
sees it because it's fucking, what?
Yeah, right.
2006?
I guess the pilots must have been like, yeah, the guy had an RPG, he was about to take us out, so they were like, oh, it's a firefight, you know what I mean? Like, I can see how that got sort of. The cockpit video was released, sparking international condemnation in 2010. The footage showing aircrew joking and the carnage raised debates about, I'm gonna say, really high aura. Right? Like, literally, the US Apache helicopter guys are giggling while mowing down civilians. That's incredible. Oh, you know what?
It's candy from a baby. It's candy from a baby. It's very low aura.
I'm gonna say, I think the WikiLeaks thing, I'm gonna say high terror, low aura. Are we happy with that?
Yes, absolutely. That's more accurate.
I'm gonna give, that feels like an 83 to me. That says, the fact that you have the footage of the guys giggling while they're doing it is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming right at me from your Apache helicopter. Like, he came at me with a knife.
It's ridiculous. It's...
Yeah. The military expressed regret for the loss of innocent life, but maintained the aircrew acted within orders, further fueling controversy over the conduct of the Iraq War. No one got punished for this, by the way.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because it was treason that it was found out.
I would like to put in high innovation, and it's because this is the first major win for WikiLeaks. This is massive change.
No, it doesn't count. WikiLeaks is a different person. We're rating the we're rating
this is a
the
literal
committers.
Scene change in war. This is a total change of warfare. This literally defines the next 20 years of war media. I think this is big innovation.
Okay, sure, actually. You know what? Actually, I agree. Because, again, it's one of those things that opened the fucking door, didn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
It was like, it's okay that our soldiers behave this way, you know?
Yeah. The Cold 4 Apache mission didn't come out until 6 months after this event.
By the way, Snowden recently died, fell out of a window? I don't believe you.
Fuck off.
I don't believe you. I believe you.
Fuck off. Yeah, he's fine. Just had to check. And look, trust but verify, you know? Alright, next one. God, these I put some effort into this.
Okay, what is this?
Okay, so this is again a pretty straightforward one. Okay, Baitullah Masood. Now, this was the targeted killing of a TTP leader. TTP, I believe, was a Pakistan terror org.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're part of like some very radical, Islamist militants in Pakistan. Okay, along the. Okay. So these are guys I imagine that probably like ran some of those camps and shit as well. A CIA drone tracked, and this already changes some shit for innovation, I think. Tracked Masood to his father-in-law's remote compound. In the early hours, a Hellfire missile struck as Masood was reportedly reclining on the roof, receiving an IV drip for illness.
What?
How fucking sick is that? That's kind of high aura. You're literally like doing chemo
on the roof
and they
shit,
take you out. That's awesome, dude. Chilling on the roof with an IV bag. Fucking sick.
Yeah, well, you're right, actually. That's probably chemo. You're probably right. That is chemo.
You really need to stop citing CIA? Absolutely not. The CIA are my best friends. What program do you think we're locked into?
It's still obviously very bad when you cite the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, the CIA is like, the CIA will be like, 18 kids died. It is what it is. Like they're not shy about it. They're fine. The blast killed Baitullah Masood instantly, along with his wife and bodyguards. Oh, he was a wife guy. The house was destroyed.
Yeah, he was
US
dying
and
of
Pakistani
cancer.
officials later confirmed Masood's identity via intercepted communications to local sources. I'm going straight in at innovation for 65. Stalking a guy from the atmosphere with a fucking drone, and then confirming he died based on the communications infrastructure that he was a badass. Fucking sick. That's big. That's big innovation.
The Scottish CIA? You mean MI6? The place James Bond works for?
Nice. No combatants apart from Masood's wife. No non-combatants aside from Masood's wife were reported killed. And again, I feel like wives are just an extra. It's just an extra. Happens. The strike precisely hit Masood's location, avoiding other homes. I personally do think it's unreasonable in the context where strikes are happening to not kill the guy's
James
wife.
Bond
as
is
well.
Scottish,
You know,
Brucey.
like,
Read a fucking
it's
book.
so hard.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna put ethicalness here. I'm gonna put it pretty high. I think this is like an 88, maybe an 89. Just the wife, no kids.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. No children. I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty okay with a strike that takes out a whole family that includes like the head of Al Qaeda. You know, as
Wait,
far as
were
as
his
far as
kids involved or were they
ethicalness
not?
goes,
Sorry. What did you just say there?
his kids didn't die.
Oh, okay.
They weren't even injured. It's just his bodyguards and his wife. That was it.
Whoa.
Now, in the fallout, Masood's death was hailed by the US as a major blow to the Pakistani Taliban, a quantum leap in the fight, per Pakistani officials. I like that. That puts. I think that gives me some high aura. Like Pakistan were like, good job US, thank you for bombing us. That's good.
Sorry. I need to fucking correct Murtzy. James Bond's father is from Glencoe. His mother is Swedish.
Oh.
Fucking read a book. Read a fucking book. He was raised in England. He speaks with an English accent, but his dad's from Glencoe.
Why are you talking about James Bond?
Because Murtzy's telling me James Bond isn't Scottish. You know?
Okay. Are they parodying Loner Box? No, this stream is interesting and watchable. Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't know where you got that idea.
Oh.
Okay. Casualties, it seems like, I know, like 5 dudes, like some bodyguards, a wife and him. Pretty good. I put aura at 64 because anytime a country that you bomb says thank you for bombing us, that's high aura, dude. That's straight up high aura. Come on, if Pakistan's like thank you for bombing us.
Fucking bombing a guy that's dying of cancer on his roof. That's kind of low aura.
Yeah, true. I think that's better. You know what? I'm gonna bump ethicalness up even more. It's medically assisted suicide. The guy didn't have much left in him anyway.
The aura's low. The aura's real low over here.
What? Low aura? Do we chat? We need help. Is this a low aura attack? This feels decent aura. Pakistan with 5. Okay, it triggered a succession crisis and infighting within the TPP. That's more aura. Within weeks, Hakimullah Masood was appointed.
That
to
would have happened anyway.
India.
The guy had cancer.
Pakistan, which had a bounty on Masood, quietly welcomed the strike.
This is okay. Smug. Here we go. Smug.
Yeah, okay.
This has aura if you're an accelerationist and thinks that the succession should have been brought forward to change results.
Look, the fact that Pakistan were thankful and they had a bounty on this guy you know what? This is high aura for capitalism. They had a bounty. America was like, oh guys, hey, listen, we could literally pay. This missile will actually pay us back. It'll pay for itself if we just take this guy out randomly. What do we think? Hellfire strike and early lunch? Hellfire strike early lunch, guys?
Yeah,
I think that's
the biggest fucking military in the world doing bounty hunter work is low aura.
Fuck yeah. No, it's awesome. It's capitalist.
No.
It's capitalist.
No.
Okay, I think high aura, low terror. This is where I'm at. Killing a sick old man is not that impressive.
Yes, it's very low terror. It doesn't inspire fear.
Okay, I think I'm happy with this as an ending. Unless chat wants to disagree. I think I'm pretty happy with this outcome. It's a pretty good strike. It's a good strike. It's a good strike, Wiz.
Subcontracting bounty hunter work is real villain shit.
Fuck yes.
Yep.
Fuck yes, dude. I think it's a good strike. I'm happy with it. I like this strike. Guys, I endorse this strike. We can move on. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next feed.
Okay.
Let's go.
Boom.
Oh.
What is this?
No. Okay. So this one's not great, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This one's pretty bad. You can tell it's bad because it's called Massacre. This is the Al-Majala Massacre. So here's another reason why it's bad. It killed a bunch of people, and it happened in such a out-of-the-way, completely random, insane choice place that there are no pictures of it, because basically the area didn't even have access to fucking cameras. That's how rural nowhere this happened. So this is the only picture I could find, and it's a picture of one of the cluster munitions used on them.
Oh my god.
This is the deadliest covert strike in Yemen to date. pre-dawn, the US Navy launches 5 Tomahawk cruise missiles from offshore at a suspected Al-Qaeda camp in the Arabian Peninsula camp in Al-Majala. The missiles, some containing cluster munitions, obliterated a Bedouin hamlet.
Bruh.
A whole village evaporated. A Yemeni parliamentary inquiry found 55 people killed. Now, it did kill some militants, 14 ACAT militants, and 41 civilians, including 23 children and 14 women. I think they vaporized a school, bro. I'm pretty sure there was a school in there. 23 kids.
What did we think? They were just like, people living there, people that we don't like might be living there. Let's just risk it. Is that what happened there?
It's pretty crazy. Pretty much, a really bad
You'd
choice.
think if they just fucking flew a drone overhead and looked, they'd be like, oh, that's obviously not a fucking...
Yeah. So I'm just so civilians killed were over 75% of the deaths. That's not good. That's a bad ratio, guys. That's a bad ratio, guys. 1 in 4 is not a good ratio. That's pretty. Them's Israel numbers.
Sorry. So obviously Bedouins, they're living in tents. Do you think they thought it was a military camp and not just like the fucking native culture?
So here's the issue. It was kind of a military camp as well. Like, there were militants that were training there. It's just that it wasn't pure military. It was like a mixed. So they were doing training in a civilian Bedouin hamlet, which is not great. Yeah, and I guess they just assumed it was all militants. It turned out there was like a fucking school there. It's not good. Is casualties meant to only include innocents? It's all casualties, and then we have multipliers for if you didn't hit anyone other than civilians. Don't worry. And there's also a multiplier if you kill a journalist.
And casualties is sort of civilians. Civilians. What we're going for.
No, it's not. It's everyone. It's everyone.
Are you including militants as well? Oh yeah, good point. Actually, sorry. That's my bad because most of these haven't had targets.
Yeah. True. Yeah. They're just vibes. They're vibe.
Sorry,
vibe
that's
strikes.
my fault. Yeah, most of the time it is just civilians because there's nobody else there.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting this under the category of a vibe strike. This is definitely a vibe strike. This is just like, I want to make that town disappear, you know? There's no real target, there's nothing clear, it's just like, I want to instantly remove...
Baro, you're insane. How is this high aura?
Is insane. To be fair, cluster munition evaporating a small town is kind of high aura.
How?
What do you think aura means? Aura
I think
farming.
aura is like
it's not good. It's
you know?
very... No, it's not undergodding. No.
Underdogging.
Aura, you don't understand aura.
You're like, oh, he's got a lot of aura because he's got like, I don't know, he's like posing. You know what I mean? It's flexing basically.
Aura is like the kind of the vibes that you're exuding, good or bad, right? You can have an evil, dark aura. It's about the intensity of the aura. So like a villainous, so chemical weapons attacks are high aura, right? Like doing a chemical weapons attack is pretty high aura. Okay, that's aura farming. Okay, ISIS beheading videos, high aura, very high aura.
Yes,
okay, you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
It's like influence.
There's a bit of psychic damage in there.
Projection. Yeah, psychic damage. This seems to have pretty high aura. I think evaporating a Bedouin village with cluster munitions is pretty high aura. I'm gonna put this in like the sort of, I say 72. That's pretty, maybe not that high. Maybe like more like a 63, 64. Yeah, I think that's fair. Ethicalness? Fucking disaster, dude. Just, you did kill, now to be clear, it's not in the negatives. It's not in the negatives because there were militants there, so they had some information, and they were right. There were like a dozen militants there, but yeah, it's not. So it's not going to go in the negatives, but it's a hard zero, guys.
Yeah.
Terror.
Yep.
Cluster munitions is pretty bad. I'm going to say like a.
Yeah,
I'm going to say like a low 80s.
Your entire world.
It's not ending a city,
is there
but
even
it is like
left to terrorize?
Into. Yeah, true. So like Smug and Wiz are Lee Camp orbiters now. I don't know what the Lee Camp is. Wiz, do you have any idea?
No. Lee Camp?
Okay. So, let's have a look at the aftermath. The Al-Majala massacre exposed. Both US and Yemeni officials initially denied American involvement. The Yemeni denied it! The Yemeni were like, yeah, no, our bros are cool. Don't worry. They're super chill. Like, nothing
There's
bad
no
happened.
way they killed an entire village.
Oh my god, wait! Wiz, you don't understand. They denied involvement. That means a village disappeared to cluster munitions and no one claimed it.
Bruh.
That's awesome. That's fucking crazy. In 2010, Amnesty International published evidence. They got got by Amnesty. They didn't admit it. They got caught. Wait, this is crazy, dude. Amnesty had to come to them.
Sorry, Lee Camp is a stand-up comedian talking about nothing but US bad. This is a civilian fucking casualty report. It just so happens it's all done by Americans.
Sorry, wait, nothing but US bad? When do we talk? We are. How are we US bad? You're
well,
an
US
idiot.
did do this one. They did. The US are bad here.
You realize that we've literally rated many of these strikes at like high ethicalness. Like, what do you mean? We're literally just rating strikes in a relative system against each other.
US is bad here, though, Smug.
Relax. This one's not great. This one's not great. Yeah, they're like, why do you always talk about US bad the second we mention the time America evaporated a small town and then pretended they didn't do it? They're like, yeah, America bad. Innovation? Okay, hold on. Human Rights Watch and others condemned the strike as unlawful. They noted 2/3 of the victims were women and children. I forgot about the children multiplier. How many children? 23 children. Okay, so we have to add 23 because I didn't. 60. This is pretty high up. This is getting 65. God damn, dude. That's pretty hardcore. Okay, pretty high casualties. The incident inflamed Yemeni public opinion and eroded trust in US counterterrorism, as well as spotlighting the secrecy of US strikes. Yeah, this is like no innovation. I can't really see any evidence of any kind of innovation here. It's pretty basic.
Didn't even try.
This feels like a vibe strike. This feels like a Kissinger strike, and Kissinger was the king of vibe strikes. Yeah. This one is not bad. Those are all horrible atrocities. Welcome to the show. Next! Pull it up!
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where are we off to now?
Very exciting.
Uh-oh.
And what?
That's a horrible looking fool.
It's bad, yeah. So this is a bombed out car. The car ones honestly don't tend to get too bad, although with some major exceptions. This is a kill of a... Oh, this one is a bit weird, actually. So this is the kill of a high-profile American jihadist. A covert drone, likely an MQ-1, fired missiles at a pickup truck in Al-Jaf, killing Anwar al-Awlaki, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula's chief propagandist. So he was basically their Goebbels. He was their head propagandist. He was an American as well. So I reckon this is one of the big guys who was... he was basically in charge, I think, of like radicalizing Americans and getting like American jihadis over the line, right, to try and get Americans to join. They also killed Samir Khan, US-born editor of Inspire magazine.
What?
I don't really know. We might need to look into that.
What the fuck? What does that? Inspire magazine makes me think fucking Fashion Mag.
Okay, no, he's an American jihadi as well. Okay. So Inspire magazine, I guess.
Yeah, but Moonlight as a fucking fashion consultant.
Oh, bro. The New York-raised editor behind Inspire magazine, the English language online publication of Al Qaeda. Okay, this guy's valid. That's a valid target. Sorry, he's literally translating Al Qaeda propaganda into a US-based magazine. Yeah, the pickup truck. That's how he knew he was American. Nice one, Mimic. The vehicle was completely destroyed. Pictured a bunch of children standing around the smoking husk of the pickup truck.
Jesus.
He was on the US kill/capture list and was confirmed dead by forensic evidence. They found a tooth in it or something. Fucking hell. No bystanders killed. All 4 killed were traveling in the vehicle. 2 were American citizens, Alaki and Khan. Why don't I know anything about the other 2 guys? That's a bit sus. Okay, controversy over... Okay, so there was controversy over targeting a US citizen. President Obama publicly confirmed the kill, calling it a significant blow to ACAP. Many US lawmakers praised the strike due to Alaki's role in inciting plots. Oh, he was involved in the underwear bomber plot. I guess it was like an attempted plane bombing. That's why they...
I think it's the American citizen thing that makes this one... You're right, it does make this one more ethical.
It makes... yeah. It makes it more interesting, for sure. Civil liberties groups, like the ACLU, decried the extrajudicial killing of an American without due process.
Yes, yeah.
This strike sparked a legal debate about the DOJ's secret memo...
Americans don't have a fucking right to just kill other Americans anywhere in the world because they're Americans, you know?
Yo! Okay, wait, hold on. This is pretty high aura. 2 weeks later, they did a separate attack, killing his 17-year-old son.
That's not good. What was it? Or was his son
That's
also?
high aura, dude. Killing a father, and yeah, I imagine his son was. I don't think that's random. His son probably was like also involved. 17 is pretty like
Incredibly
yeah, that's
young.
a child, but.
Was it?
Wow, this is the
Okay,
first
okay.
time we're gonna have to-
Actually, this is what
Yes.
complicates it. Was the 17-year-old son
Yeah.
a U.S. citizen?
I
Were
don't
they
know. I
killing
have no idea.
American children overseas?
So this is here's where it gets odd though. I'm gonna have to increase the casualty count by 1 because technically that 17-year-old, while a militant, is also a child. So I guess
Yep.
that's
Yep.
Yep, I guess that goes up. I feel like it's pretty high aura to kill a dad and then his son one by one. That's pretty hardcore.
No, it's more hardcore to kill the son than the dad.
No, because aura farming is like, I feel like that's like, following you down the family line. Higher terror to kill the son than the father. Higher aura to kill the father than the son.
I'm saying it's aura because he lives his last moment's grief. His son's dead, right?
That's high terror, not high aura.
No, I think it's both. I think it's like we'll kill your son, then we're killing you. That's what gangsters do, dude, and they're high aura.
Gangsters are high aura. Ethicalness, I'm gonna say this feels pretty mid tier. I'm gonna say like 40s.
Well,
It feels like a 40.
This has been a wild last stream, guys. Whoopee!
Woo! Yeah, well,
I'm
last stream.
downloading this VOD
yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, definitely get this one real fast, guys. But look how pretty the graphics are. Look how much effort we put in. And all we ask is that you don't airstrike us. Please do not airstrike us. I am begging you, do not do it. Thank you. We've realized that actually airstriking is bad because we're doing it to ourselves. We thought it'd be a fun gimmick. It hurts every time you do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna say decent aura, lowish terror. Terror feels pretty low.
It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, honestly.
Innovation. Kind of some legal innovation there. I mean, like, this is where they basically created a secret memo internally saying they were allowed to extrajudicially kill Americans. There's a bit of tech. There's a bit of new tech in there. Culture tech. I'll give it a 22. This is a pretty medium tier card. Not very high. Not a rare. Not really particularly impressive, but yeah, something. Okay. Moving on to the next one.
Oh, it went all the way back there. Whoa. Whoop. What's going on here? The wedding? Oh.
Yeah. I'd just like to add here, guys, this will not be the only time a wedding comes up, unfortunately.
Are you kidding?
So, this is the wedding.
Actually, very, very quickly, let's do a quick aside. So, I've been watching the TV show Fauda with Loaderbox. In, like, the first episode, they attack, like, Israeli, like, combatants attack a fucking Arab wedding.
And it's positioned
He
as
pretends
good?
to be like a fucking waiter. Well, kind of. But it's also kind of not, because the wedding was like a terrorist guy's getting married, but the Israeli guys come in and like shoot the bride and shit. You know?
Yeah, that's not great.
It's just kind of weird.
That's a little dodge. Well, anyway, speaking of dodge. So, US intelligence tracked what was thought to be an Al-Qaeda motorcade.
Okay.
A drone fired on vehicles near Rada, killing 15 people and wounding around 15. Investigations later revealed the group was a wedding procession, not militants. According to local officials, only 5 of those killed had any militant ties at all, so I wouldn't really even call them combatants. And they
were smoking his husband fire.
Oh shit!
Fuck!
Oh shit!
God,
Oh
no!
shit!
Please!
Oh shit!
No!
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
No!
Ow! My brains.
I got caught on a lamppost, dude.
Who was that? That was Hassan. The little fish is Hassan now.
Oh, God, shit. I'm gonna need a little...
Ow, my head.
I need to... Hold on, let me try and... Oh, God, I'm all tangled up in the... Oh, I'm impaled, dude. This went straight through me. Oh, God, it's ruined me. It's ruined me. I'm ruined. Hold on, I can...
Yeah, the fish is Hassan now, emergency. For some reason. No relation.
Myself off of
for no reason, Hassan is a fish that's calling airstrikes on us. back down. Come on, don't be scared.
God. No, let me try.
Don't be scared.
I'm trying. Oh, okay. Oh god.
I'm so confused by aura
That's horrible.
points. It's like you get them for being evil, but then lose all of them if you're too evil or evil in the wrong way.
Correct. It's like so this is so aura is my anti autism check against you, unfortunately. Yeah. It's not very explainable. So if you're incompetently evil, then that's very low aura. If you're super competently evil, that's very high aura.
Someone's asking, why is there more Gulps, meaning Lunabok fans, in chat than usual? Well,
they love airstrikes, dude. That's like their special interest. They love bombing people.
well, we
Lunabok's
are
fans are
rating
huge bombers, dude.
back-to-back horrendous massacres.
Yeah, that's like why do we all? Yeah, what do you think people are watching Lonabox for? It's for the massacres. There's no other reason. Oh my god. Okay. So all right, let's crack on with the wedding.
Okay, yeah.
So most of the victims were civilian men from neighboring villages. Several were severely injured in the strike. So here's how it seems like this went down. It seems to me that they looked at a motorcade, they saw a bunch of women and a bunch of dudes, and they were like, let's just kill all the dudes. Civilian casualty. That's it. It's a vibe strike. It's another vibe strike. Yep. Yes, heavy. Approximately 12 civilian wedding goers were killed out of 15 dead. I'm gonna say that 30 casualties with the 2x multiplier because zero militants. Militant ties isn't good enough for me. No women or children died, as the Yemeni bridal party traveled in separate vehicles, which were not struck. Oh my god, the gender dynamic saved a bunch of women and children. That's so funny.
Bruh.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
no,
Dude.
that's bad. If anything, it validates them.
Why?
Because they're correct, it did save them.
No, right, I'm saying, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it did save them. They targeted all the dudes, I guess, and they just got the dude side. But this is why I don't think women...
it confirms the horrendous gender roles of that country. It's like, yeah, we do have to live like this. I agree. Otherwise, you'll all get bombed first.
That's true. Oh, I see what you mean, right. Okay. Repercussions in Yemen. This strike caused outrage. No shit. Yemen's parliament passed a symbolic resolution banning US drones. Yo, what? Okay, that's huge.
Whoa.
That's huge. They were literally like, this is because they used to say happy.
Yeah, they denied an entire village was missing.
Yeah, they were fine with that. They were happy to lie with the on behalf of the US, but this one was too far. Yeah, okay. This is what happens when you lie to cover up your buddy's worst transgressions. Okay, it comes back to bite you. It's not good. If your buddy's doing weird shit, you gotta call it out. All right, don't hide it. Do we think is it high aura or low aura to massacre a wedding? It kind of feels high aura to me.
No, I think it's low because it's high aura if it's intentional. It's low aura if it's not.
Okay, right. It would be high aura if it was a wedding that was filled with insurgents. They were just like, we don't give a fuck about the women or children.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, we'll call it low aura because no one died. 15.
Yep. Well, plenty of people died.
Hard zero. You know what I mean? No targets. I think that's just a hard zero ethicalness.
Yes. Yeah.
The Yemeni government quietly paid blood money to families and gifted them assault rifles as traditional apology. Assault rifles are what you give the families.
What are the implications there is?
You're allowed to shoot Americans now. There you go. You're allowed to take revenge. I guess that must be it.
Whoa.
US officials initially claimed an appropriate target was hit, but after media and HRW reports, Human Rights Watch reports, the US acknowledged credible allegations of civilian deaths. It's like, man, it's credible that when we drone struck the wedding. It's credible. Yeah, it's possible. The incident undermined local support for US counterterrorism and was cited by human rights groups as evidence of flawed drone intelligence. So zero innovation. Pretty high terror though. I mean, knocking out weddings became kind of a meme.
Well, yes,
like, that's an
horrendous. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good for terror. It's also still somewhat ethical. Zero ethicalness! Nero, are you insane?
No!
Jesus! Alright. Oh, this one's bad. Okay, next slide.
Oh god, I'm scared.
I like to call this one... Just two snipers? I'd like to call this one Just Two Snipers. So, basically, there's a couple of snipers on the rooftop of a building in Mosul. This is during the American-led coalition attack, okay?
Okay. Are the
CENTCOM
US snipers or?
No. They're enemy snipers. Enemy snipers,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
So a couple of snipers embedded on a rooftop, right? CENTCOM be like, you know what, guys? Just as a little treat, I guess the guys on the ground were like, yeah, could you just, like, knock these two snipers off the roof? They kind of drive us crazy. Can you fuck them up? And CENTCOM's like, yeah, sure, why not? So they drop one single 500-pound bomb. This is pretty much the smallest bomb that
Okay.
they can drop.
To take out two snipers.
They kill 300 people.
What? How?
CENTCOM acknowledges 105 civilian deaths. Local officials say 200 plus. Okay, so 200 people. With one 500-pound bomb. This might be the only time in history a single 500-pound bomb has a kill count like this. I'll explain what happened in a second. They defended the strike as targeting combatants while revising procedures to prevent similar tragedies. Here's what happened. They had set up a bunch of explosives in this building as a retreat system so that they could back off of the building and bomb it themselves, blow it up later on. That 500-pound bomb triggered a cascading set of explosions
Oh shit!
that set
they
off
hadn't
the
acted.
entire building-sized pile of explosives and knocked out the entire fucking neighborhood. So in the process of knocking out two snipers, they killed 200 civilians.
Jesus.
Just two snipers. Yeah, so there was a
So
shitload
crazy.
of explosives in that building. Yep. The coalition expressed regrets, but maintained the strike was in accordance with the laws of armed conflict, citing enemy use of human shields. That's bullshit. Really? So basically what happened was that there were a bunch more civilians in the building, which is true.
Yeah.
And the building collapsed and basically killed everyone. Yeah, these are Israel numbers. 2 snipers. 1 bomb, 2 snipers, 200 casualties. Fucking crazy.
Who planted the bomb inside the building?
now-
They did, but they were in the process of doing
bad
it. They were
guys.
setting up
Yeah.
the bad guys.
The
Shook my
baddies,
head.
yeah, the bad guys. Sorry, the brown people. Yeah, they did it. Yeah, the bad guys. Well, it's a synonym. Yeah, no, they basically set up a bunch of bombs there as like a contingency, and then America accidentally triggered the explosives by dropping a bomb on the
Early,
rooftop.
yeah.
So this did change some stuff actually. They no longer will do an airstrike of this type because they don't know what's inside a building.
Yeah.
They will actually they
But
don't
even
they
still,
don't just
it
strike
is
the rooftop.
for 2 snipers. It is pretty fucking overkill.
Yeah,
It's Call of
exactly,
Duty
which is
kill
why-
streak.
now- It is. You can understand why it happened, right? Like they're embedded. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and then they're just like, "Can you just take
Yeah.
the top off this building, please?" You know, I can imagine some dudes on the ground are very upset and they're getting sniped at, and then like they're just like, "Can you just peel the roof off this building for us?" Now when they want to peel the roof off a building, they'll do like a lateral strike, and they'll usually use like armor. They'll use tanks or like
Yeah.
APCs to just like knock the roof off. But yeah, they used to use airstrikes as well. Yeah, video game environmental kill.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh my
was it
god.
Bad Company 2.
You ever throw a grenade into a window because there's an annoying sniper, and then you get like 80 kills, and you're like, what happened in there? Like, what did I do? What Rube Goldberg machine did I set off? There's like 18 claymores and shit all set up. Yeah, it's terrible. Holy. Okay, this feels kind of high aura to me. I mean, it's such an incredible fuck up.
Yeah.
It's kind of fast. Like this feels like. 1 bomb, 200 kills is high aura. I'm putting it in.
Yeah, I'd say it's high aura because it's accidental. They weren't intending to kill. It's like when you accidentally cool guys don't look at explosions type of deal.
Can I? Yeah, cool. Can I?
This is
I would
like,
to, I would like to.
this is like if you drop
like-
the bomb, you'd
I'd like
feel
to-
like you were just fucking press the trigger on the Enola Gay, you know?
Yeah, right. Can I just say it's very low aura? It's a fuck up on both sides. I feel like sometimes that mixes into high aura. You know what I mean? It's iconically awful. Yeah, it's iconic. I think killing 200 people with one 500-pound bomb is so crazy. That never happens. That might have literally historically never happened once before. A single 500-pound peel the roof off a building bomb, kill 200 people. Insane. Insane. Wiz, although 2 snipers were killed, would you be okay with me adding the ×2 multiplier anyway? Because it's literally a 200 to 2 kill ratio.
Yes.
Okay,
and also,
cool, let's double
there's
that
probably
then.
a bunch of children in there.
I'm gonna be controversial. I think this is quite high ethicalness. Like, they didn't know any better. It was targeted.
No,
they knew there was
it's unethical to fucking take a sniper down with a bomb.
They don't know.
No.
They
We
don't
judge
know.
it. We judge it. No. Smug. We judge it in the original
Okay.
intentions. It's unethical to take out 2 snipers with a fucking bomb.
I don't think so. They do that all the time still. If it's out in a battlefield, that's fine.
Every time I'd argue it's unethical.
I think it's high aura. I think this is a Rube Goldberg. You know what? It also changed the way that they do shit in the future. No. The less you know, the more ignorant you are, the more ethical it is, or rather, up to a point. It's not like high ethical. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it in the 50s or 60s is where I'm feeling.
50s maybe.
50. Let's go.
I think it's laziness. It was an act of laziness that killed 300 people.
You're right. 52.
It's sloth.
Lazy. 5 points off for lazy. 5 points off for lazy. Fine. Terror? I don't even know where to begin with this.
Terrifying, super demoralizing on both sides, I imagine. Super terror inflicting.
I'm gonna put. I'm gonna say 90.
Because you'd be like, both people in this scenario go, "What the fuck have I done?"
Yeah, they're like innovation. It led to some genuine changes. I think there's some innovation here. They all learned a bunch of lessons. I'm gonna put this in like the 30s.
I think innovation because it stops the laziness. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. They didn't try alternatives. Let's just know. We don't know what they tried. Like I didn't look at the exact battle report. I have to imagine that if there's 2 snipers on a building, it's not your first instinct to bomb them. It's like, these guys are really fucking annoying. Can you take them out? It's just laziness. It's very American, isn't it? It's very like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna get out of my chair, press the button. Okay, next one.
Oh.
Ooh. So I
Interesting.
like these landmark ones.
I
I decided to
remember when
pull in
this
some
happened.
landmarks. Yeah, so this is the first ISIS strike in Iraq. So this is 2 FA-18 Hornets from the USS George H.W. Bush drop 500-pound laser-guided bombs, so pretty small ones, on a truck-mounted artillery piece and crew belonging to the Islamic State. So this is the first time that we basically knocked them out. Now, I actually really like this strike because this artillery piece was specifically attacking the anarchist Kurds, and the Kurds basically requested help, and America was like, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll take that truck out for you." So they just Thanos snapped it because they were getting fucking wrecked by this rocket unit. The bombs destroyed the artillery and a support vehicle. Several ISIS fighters were confirmed killed. No civilian casualties reported. The strike took place on an open battlefield with only ISIS fighters and Kurdish troops in vicinity. 2 trucks. I'm gonna say I'll put that at like, let's say 8 casualties. I would guess. 2 trucks,
Yeah.
4 guys each. That sounds about right.
I don't know. I might have been fed into the propaganda, or because I don't know. I've had my own personal experience, but I think most things against fucking ISIS are peachy keen because they're very unambiguously bad.
You know what? I'm putting this at 100. It's an in-combat strike on a battlefield, targeting the bad guys, really bad guys.
And it's defense. It's defensive as well.
It's defensive, yeah. I'm gonna put it at 99. No, I think this is 100. I think this is match. I think that makes sense. Terror? Very low terror to just knock out a random truck. I don't really. This is like just regular warfare. This seems chill.
Yep.
So let's look at the aftermath. US re-enters Iraq. Okay, so this is where it gets. Okay, so this is Obama restarting the Iraq war. Maybe we have to drop a bit of ethicalness for re-engaging in Iraq after all that shit show. Take 5 points off.
Wiz has experience with ISIS? Yeah, but that's a story for another time.
President Obama authorized these targeted strikes to halt ISIS's advance, marking the launch of Operation Inherent Resolve. That's a really shit name. Obama has low aura naming conventions for his strikes. Inherent Resolve is really gay. The Kurdish regional government.
It's the Hope Strike.
Yeah. Yeah. The Yes We Can. The Kurdish regional government welcomed the help as ISIS had been approaching Erbil. Okay. This initial strike, followed by humanitarian airdrops back up to 100. They combined the strike with humanitarian airdrops based.
Yeah.
Let's go 99. Pretty good though. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Combo S. Wow, this is the first time we've seen the combo airstrike humanitarian aid package. Yes, we did it. We struck them. They're all dead.
They're done. They're done.
They're vaporized.
And strike it's over now. It's now over.
Complete. We completed the strike, and
Strike.
we're quite happy.
We are now complete. The strike is now complete. It's over.
Yeah. I rewarding myself the Medal of Honor for how well this went. This initial strike, okay, cool. Signaled a new US-led coalition war against ISIS. Yeah, this is pro-Kurd. This is fucking sick. Domestically, there was broad support to stop ISIS atrocities, though Obama insisted the scope was limited. Good. ISIS's rapid losses after US air support boosted coalition morale. I like the innovation because this is big innovation. This is diplomatic innovation.
Definitely
America
a rare
wasn't
card. Yeah, this for sure is a rare card in this deck.
Yeah, rare. I'm going 73 innovation because America working with the Kurds was fairly novel here, and this was like a huge change. Working with anarchists to like support them against ISIS, this was like a game changer for on the ground.
I think that
support.
also
It was
earns a
such
high
huge-
aura. Because Kurds getting fucking blasted
you're
to
right.
bits, and it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, leave my anarchist bros alone. Yeah, 83 aura. Are we happy with that? Standard innovation? Okay, fine. I would say it's diplomatic. 65.
Yeah, the innovation's
Alright,
pretty low there.
What? No, I think culture tech and diplomatic tech both count as innovation.
It's not the first time America's done exactly that maneuver, you know? Innovation's low.
When's the last time the US never worked with anarchists? This is a great card. This is a very good card.
Yeah,
I like
they
this
were
card a lot.
communists and all the
This is-
rest.
I would put this in my deck. I would definitely put this in my deck. This is a banger. This is a very strong, powerful card. Very good, very good. Like it a lot. Okay.
Right. Next.
Now we have a follow-up.
Uh-oh.
ISIS in Syria. So Obama, he gets a hit. I like the dopamine
It went,
hit
well.
of helping the Kurds.
Well,
now
Operation
I
It Went Well.
Yeah, Operation
We
completely
can do good.
disappear. The city of Bahrain, we're just gonna disappear that entire city. Because that's what happened. Opening salvo in Syria. In overnight strikes, the US, joined by Bahrain, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar, hit 14 ISIS targets in Syria. So pretty good start. And then the US Navy ships.
I remember this was
47
happening. This was in school. I was in school when this happened, and I got fucking warnings.
Oh shit! Really? Oh god,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot that you were in Arab land at the time. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we were
That's
taught
mad.
like bomb drills in case we were
Damn, that's crazy.
striked back.
And Mina isn't here. I know. Why is Mina never here for her favorite episodes? You know what? If Mina was here, she would be spamming airstrike. So to be fair, we're kind of glad. Honestly, that's probably better. I don't want to take another hit. Okay. Mina would be willing to drop a $5 airstrike money over and over and over again just to interrupt us. It would be very bad. It would cause me great pain. Like the stream.
Yippee.
And don't pay $5 for an airstrike, please. Thank you. Also, the fish
Yippee.
will talk whatever you say, so you can make funny noises. Okay.
Well,
Anyway,
Hassan will
follow
talk,
up.
you mean?
Yes,
guest
US
Hassan.
Navy ships then fire 47 Tomahawk cruise missiles into Syria. Some of them at ISIS's Raqqa HQ. Others at an Al-Qaeda cell. I like how that's pretty high aura. Just hitting ISIS and Al-Qaeda, two rival organizations, on the same day is pretty high aura. That's pretty sick. It's like, yeah, we're just like gonna take you both out. We don't
You
know
can
like each
imagine
other.
it's
We
quite
don't give a fuck.
insulting as well, because they're both like, oh fuck, I'm just as
Right?
bad as... You think I'm just as bad as the other guy?
Yeah, it's like fighting two little people by holding them both at arm's length with one arm each. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad. Pretty
Well, no,
bad for them.
it's
Pretty high
taking
aura.
two people out with the one punch.
Oh, you're right. I'm gonna say 76 aura for now. And we'll come back to it. Simultaneously, USAF fighters, bombers, and drones struck ISIS's Raqqa facilities, training camps, and weapon stockpiles. Now, here's an issue. Large blasts were reported in Raqqa. These are secondary explosions. Dozens of ISIS fighters were killed or wounded. Separate strikes near Idlib targeted the Khorasan group. Oh my god, higher aura! A third? They hit 3 at once! Seasoned Al-Qaeda operatives plotting attacks on the rest. At least 8 Khorasan members were killed, according to US officials. Initially, there were no confirmed civilian deaths in this first wave because strikes were at night on combatant sites. However, Syrian media later claimed minor collateral damage, and one monitoring group said that about 8 civilians died in strikes on Idlib. Overall, the initial operation was reported as clean. And honestly, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, it sounds like they killed like 100 dudes and killed like 8 civilians, and this was like a center of, I don't know, this seems pretty solid to me.
Yep.
It's pretty good. broad coalition action. Oh, also they got all the sort of Arab countries to agree to it, so that adds to the ethicalness as well. You can put this at 74. Right? Look at it. Look who agreed.
Yeah.
Look who agreed. Bahrain, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar.
Yeah, but those
like,
are all
I mean,
horrible countries.
I know, but like, if they're supporting American action near their area, they're pretty chill. They all hate ISIS. It's like a coalition against a greater evil, you know what I mean? Pretty good ethicalness. Broad coalition action. This was the first US-led intervention against ISIS in Syria, specifically. Expanding the war on ISIS beyond Iraq. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Honestly, the attacks in Syria feel like they made more sense than the attacks in Iraq. But the Iraq one was a battlefield, middle of a battle assistance to Kurds, so that feels a bit different. This is like a straight-up strike. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, I don't know, something popped. The strikes degraded ISIS's command and control, yeah, my brain, and sent a message that its purported caliphate would face global force. President Obama stated these operations showed the US would go after terrorists wherever they are. Syria's Assad tacitly tolerated strikes on ISIS, but protested attacks on its territory without consent. Okay, that's fine, we don't give a fuck about Assad. The Khorasan strikes eliminated key operatives. This is pretty high terror. I'm gonna say this is like a really coordinated coalition, diplomatic. This is like you went against the world order and the world order fucked you. This is pretty good.
Hey, Steamboat. Love you, boys, but that was the most cursed thumbnail I've seen in a minute. Yeah.
And you clicked on it. So you think about yourself, really. Yeah, you should
We're
really
just
think
being
about
honest about what everyone else is doing. We're joining the meta, okay?
Yeah. We're in the meta now. We're in the meta. Anyway, we're rating airstrikes. There's a lot of good value here. Okay, innovation. I think again, diplomatic innovation, an Arab coalition against ISIS. I would say is like middling to pretty decent. I would say like in the 40s. Remember, it's 0 to 100, right?
Innovation.
What's
innovative about this?
A pro-Arab coalition with America to take out terrorist groups, multiple at the same time.
Was this what started it?
No. The first strike was technically in Iraq. This is the big deal afterwards.
I don't think so. I think the innovation was already done. This is just a continuation of said innovation.
No, it's not. This was the first major attack on it. This was the first time.
You're too generous with innovation. You're far too generous.
I am. I think innovation includes culture tech. I think it includes propaganda. I think about modern warfare, dude. Ukraine is always innovative, including in the way they do
those video games are not even nearly innovative. What are you talking about? Everyone's the same.
Idiot. Go to the next one. Let's. Oh no. Oh, I just saw the next one, dude.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, this one's really bad. This is
AC-130U. I know what that is because I played Modern Warfare.
You know what's crazy is that every time an AC-130 gets mentioned, you know it's going to be a really heinous one because they're a little too quick on the trigger. It's like AC-130 is like we didn't plan this. So like AC-130 is like on the spot murder. So this one makes me feel a little bit ill. I'm not gonna lie. This is what what America designated an erroneous strike on a hospital.
Oh.
During intense fighting to retake Kunduz from the Taliban, a US AC-130, responding to troops' requests, fired on what was misidentified as a Taliban compound.
Oh no, what was it?
The target was, in fact, the Medicines Sans Frontières
Trauma
Center. Doctors Without Borders.
Yep.
A Doctors Without Borders hospital. Filled with patients, and most importantly, white people, because they were Doctors Without Borders. The target was, in fact, the MSF. The attack lasted 30 minutes!
30 minutes?
Hitting the hospital repeatedly with 105
What I don't understand,
shells.
what I don't understand is AC-130s, the way they work is they've got cameras on them.
And incendiary shells!
Bruh.
They used incendiary munitions. The hospital was destroyed and 42 people were killed. 14 Doctors Without Borders staff, 24 patients, and 4 caretakers. Many victims burned to death in their beds from the incendiary munitions.
I think maybe I'm mistaken actually.
You might remember this one. This one was pretty bad. This is like a pretty big deal. 2015, yeah. That couldn't have been an accident. So the reason this is an accident is because a bunch of on-the-ground troops fucked up and asked for air support and said, that over there, that's a compound. We're taking fire from there. There's like mortars or something.
Do you know what this? What I thought? Because there was an incident. Have you played the game Spec Ops: The Line?
Yeah.
You know the scene where like they shoot white phosphorus and what they think is an enemy camp, but it turns out to be like civilians?
unironically, this incident,
well,
I'm pretty sure was a. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, right? I thought that this was the incident that inspired that, but no, this happened 2 years after the video game.
Right. This. Oh, you're right. So really, Spec Ops: The Line inspired this hospital bombing.
No, wait, the Spec Ops: The Line was already inspired by something else that was like a hospital bombing.
No.
With white phosphorus.
No. Spec Ops: The Line inspired this bombing. The bombers were doing Spec Ops: The Line, not the other way around.
Yeah, but they only played the first half of the game.
Yeah, before it gets weird. Yeah.
They're like, wow, what a very bog standard. Oh, Wicked's dropped some ratings here. 75 aura, 40 casualties, 50 ethics, 80 terror, 55 innovation.
50 ethics? You've lost your fucking damn mind. What's wrong?
It's 50-50.
0 military targets. I'm gonna say. Oh god. See, okay, I would.
Zero.
Here's what. Let me explain.
Zero, right?
No, wait, let me explain. For a middle of a military operation, fog of war fuck up like this, I would give it 10. I would then remove another 5 for it being a hospital, and I would probably add another negative 10 for using incendiaries. So I'm gonna put this at a -5.
Yeah. Well, how did they find out again? Who was begging them? Was it just people on the AC-130, or
troops on the ground? Troops on the ground were begging for air support. In fact,
from a hospital.
Yeah, they weren't in the hospital.
Okay, they were begging for air support. The AC-130 interpreted that to be the camp, which was just incorrect.
Yes, they fucked up. No, the troops interpreted it, and they asked for air support, and the AC-130 agreed.
So they didn't need the air support then?
No, they did. They just fucked up. I think they placed it in the wrong place. They were getting attacked, and they panicked, and I think they probably called out the hospital as the compound, but actually the compound was somewhere else.
I think that's even lower ethicalness.
No, because that's fog of war panic. You have to accept a bit of panic in it, right? Like, these are guys literally about to die. They're terrified, and they're fucking up. But incendiary is bad. Hospital's really bad. Doctors Without Borders is really bad.
Was it within a combatant area? Was there...
Yes, during intense fighting to retake Kunduz. So this is literally like in the middle of like a hot spot of the war. Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. No Taliban fighters were present in the combat. Okay. So I'm gonna say doctors also added to the. This is really bad. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
So we've got 42 people were killed and another.
Well, you got to rank them. The multiplier has to be higher because doctors are just more important than children, right?
You're right, yeah. Oh, you're right. You're killing like. Okay, so it's 88. I'm gonna say so. Some children, I assume, died. Some doctors died. This is like a ×4 multiplier, dude. This is crazy.
Doctors Without Borders is specifically because those are doctors that are specifically combat geared and willing to risk their lives because it's so hard to replenish their ranks. You know.
I'm gonna say ×4. I think this is. I think it's fair as a ×4 multiplier. That puts it as like one of the highest ranked cards on casualties. This is really bad. Now, aura.
Aura?
I think low, right?
Yes.
I'm scared! I'm scared! Blow up that hospital! Yeah, that's 0.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Terror?
Why did they use incendiaries? Is insane. Were they just out of fucking regular ammo?
No, I think they used incendiaries during the war to like flush out buildings. That's why incendiaries.
Jesus.
Yeah, they would like. That's why they're not.
What I've never understood. How is that different from fucking chemical warfare?
It's basically not. It's literally the same. It is 100% the same. Especially because the incendiaries they use are also like horrible in the way that chemical weapons are horrible, like the gases and phosphorus and shit. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a nightmare.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's not different really. It's really not different. Blind intent 0, I agree. Innovation. Pretty much nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. This is a catastrophic card. I'm gonna say this is a rare. This is definitely a rare. This is really horrible. This is like
well, actually, what was the aftermath? What was the aftermath? We go
Oh, let's
through
have a
that?
look at it. Okay, international scandal. Obviously, Doctors Without Borders condemns the strike as a war crime.
Yep.
The US military's investigation admitted the strike was a tragic, avoidable accident caused by human error. The AC-130 crew targeted the wrong building based on a faulty address and
That's what I was
ignored the
asking.
no-fire coordinates. Ah! Oh my god! Ethicalness minus 50!
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I
The
thought.
hospital was in a no-fire zone! The hospital was in a no-fire zone and they ignored it!
That's fucking crazy.
President Obama had to apologize personally to the families of Doctors Without Borders.
Jeez.
Oh, this gets worse. The US offered compensation 6,000 per killed person. Ethicalness minus 60.
It's only 6,000?
6 grand? That's nothing. Think
They
about how
spent
much
more money
someone
on the
gets for
fucking
a
ammo.
A wrongful death suit in America gets you like 100k. 6 grand?
This guy
They
is
discipline
nothing.
16 personnel.
Would that even be the price to take the bodies home? I mean, there's no bodies
Bro,
left. What am I saying?
Bro, they administratively disciplined 16 personnel. This was
But nobody got in
inadequate.
trouble.
No
Fine.
criminal charges. No criminal charges.
Yeah, insane.
The incident spurred global debate on protection of medical facilities in war and led NATO to tighten targeting procedures. Innovation 1.
Jesus.
Whoa! Doctors Without Borders withdrew from Kunduz and trust in US NATO operations among aid groups was badly damaged. Innovation minus 15.
Yep. Damaged. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's powerful. They literally fucked.
Is it?
The
Is
area
it
for
I think it might be
medical support.
minus aura because of how much damage they inflicted upon themselves.
That's true, that's true. You're
Like
right,
if
you're right,
it
you're right.
permanently
Yeah,
damaged reputation.
This is one of the worst cards we could have possibly. This is the worst card so far, I think.
It might
right?
be. This is fucking
Have you-
horrible.
This is crazy. Wow, that's really powerful. This is a really good card. I mean, like, cause you can play low or high, so playing negative numbers, that's pretty good.
Jesus.
Damn, this is a powerful card for your decks, guys. Definitely build a strategy around the MSF hospital bombing. You could probably build a deck archetype around this card in particular. It's pretty strong. Highly recommend. Definitely think about adding this, guys, to your at least to your sideboard, if nothing else. This is A-cab shit. Yeah. This is AC cab shit.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Sorry, we'll go
Oh,
back to
man.
some regular strikes now. Looks like a banned tourney card. Yeah, this is like Black Lotus. Okay, here we go. This is a strike on an Afghan Taliban leader. Pretty straightforward. Taliban leader killed in Pakistan. Acting on CIA intelligence, the US tracked Mansour crossing into Pakistan from Iran. Pretty good. Pretty good innovation.
Okay.
As he rode in a taxi on a remote highway, very nice, waiting for the remote
Okay.
highway, multiple MQ-9 Reaper drones fired Hellfire missiles. Dude,
Okay.
multiple
Okay.
Hellfires on one truck goes fucking hard. That's high aura. They really wanted him dead. Incinerating the Toyota Corolla. It was a Corolla. Yeah. And killing Mullah
man.
Mansour and his driver. Now, unfortunately, the driver was innocent. He was just a taxi driver. Very unfortunate. Mansour's body was identified by Pakistani authorities. Fake passports for Wali Muhammad were found in the debris. No one else was in the car. So basically just one taxi driver got killed alongside this.
So who
let's have a look at
conducted
the
this
aftermath.
attack? Was it CIA?
Yeah, CIA strike. So, okay, so let's have a look. Major but controversial win. Mansour's death was confirmed by both Afghan officials and the Taliban, who soon appointed Malawi Hibatullah as new chief. This strike was the first drone attack in Pakistan's Baluchistan province, an area previously off limits, marking an escalation of US action. Okay. Pakistan's government protested that the US had violated its sovereignty. So this is interesting. So this is the first time that America struck in Pakistan without telling Pakistan first. All previous strikes were allowed by Pakistan. This is the first time that America was like, we're not going to ask for permissions, we're just going to fucking bomb this guy.
Yeah.
I get the sense that they found the Taliban leader, CIA op, and they were just like, we gotta go, get him, you know, and so they didn't pre-authorize.
So does that mean
what
they
Pakistan
snuck
did.
multiple Hellfire drones into Pakistan?
Well, no, you can fly drones in pretty easily, and Pakistan, and there's drones going over Pakistan all the time, so they don't really give a fuck about American drones flying
Yeah.
over. They're chill with that because it's useful for other shit. US Secretary of State John Kerry defended the hit, saying Mansour was an obstacle to peace talks. The Taliban, already in secret talks, were angered. Oh, what? Secret talks? They were in peace! No, this is a disaster!
No!
No, they were in peace talks!
Oh, no.
It was secret talks. It was secret talks. So, like, the CIA didn't know, but that's
They just
a disaster.
overstepped. They overstepped.
Fuck! If they'd asked Pakistan, Pakistan might have been able to tell them, oh, this is a nightmare, dude. Strained US-Pakistan relations as Pakistan complained it was not consulted and that the US had undermined its authority on its soil. On its soil. Oh, that's low aura.
That's fucking bad.
Shit. Casualties to ethicalness. 20. Ah, it's like it's like a dude in a car.
It's dude in the car who's engaged in peace talks.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I hope
Something fell out of the plane. What can go wrong?
No.
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 No. No. No. No.
Oh shit.
Get to cover.
Oh shit.
Get to cover.
Oh
Get to
shit.
cover.
Oh
No,
shit.
no, 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 no.
Oh shit. Oh.
Oh god, there's so much dirt. There's so much dirt. Jesus Christ.
Like, how many
so
lives
much
do we
dirt.
have? Are we a bit like cats? Is that how that works?
I don't know, man. I mean, I mostly just retreat into my shell every time that happens, and that seems to work
Yeah,
out
it is
well
pretty
for me.
scary. Thank you, Barrow.
It works pretty good.
I mean,
Thanks, Barrow.
I don't,
Thank you.
actually, I don't know if I feel conflicted
Appreciate-
thanking you for that.
That was, well, look, the CIA authorized it, but next time, if you could ask for permission
We
from
were in
Birmingham
peace
before
talks.
you do the strike. Yeah. Oh my god, $6,000. They spent more on that per person in ammo. He's right. Dishek's right. They spent more on the ammunition than on compensation for burning patients to death in their beds. I need to stop thinking about the hospital ones because it's going to crash me out. I'm going to get upset. I'm actually going to get fucked up. I'm going to get fucked up. So, okay, I'm pulling the veil back a little bit. I had to go through all of this documentation and prepare all of this in advance. I took actual emotional and psychic damage putting all this together. I'm not gonna lie. This did serious damage to me. I need money as compensation. This is really bad. This genuinely caused me some mental health issues. Like, I have no mental health issues. This damaged me. This was the equivalent of, I think, those, like, moderators that have to go through child porn or something. You know,
Yeah,
just,
this
like,
is our
fucking-
version of
fucking up.
WikiLeaks, bro.
This is pretty bad, yeah. So yeah, okay, very low aura, innovation, I'm gonna say -20, literal setback to peace talks, pretty bad, pretty disastrous.
Worst part is he didn't include Korea or Vietnam. Yeah, I wonder why,
Only
huh?
since the War on Terror.
Oh,
only
War
since
of
the War on
Terror?
Terror.
Specifically? Okay.
You need to recognize that we're about to go through a shitload of these, and we're like three quarters of the way through, I think. But this was a lot of work just to do the last 25 years. We're not including Israel. I don't have all day. Okay, these are just US strikes. Okay, they're the only ones that matter. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah,
I
we already
we're happy with
think
that.
Israel bad.
I didn't read this one too closely when I put this together. I didn't realize that that it fucked up peace talks. That's a disaster. I thought this card was gonna be decent, but actually this is a fucking disaster.
Yeah,
Holy
fucking up,
shit.
putting their fucking foot in it and acting like they were doing a favor as
Yeah,
well.
really bad.
Insane. Because you know for a fact they're about to be like, don't worry, we took care of it. We took care of it.
Yeah, they go to Pakistan like, we nailed
Hey
it,
guys,
and they're like, dude, we
have
were
a
in peace
chat.
talks with that guy.
Have a sit
He was
down.
driving.
We fucking nailed it.
He was driving to a diplomatic summit.
Yeah.
Oh god, why did he show
it's
up?
like-
Is
it's
he
like-
spiting us?
What? Wait, it's also like, what are the chances, like, there could have been very easily, there could have been like a Pakistani agent in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
government agent.
Oh, I see. Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe the taxi driver was, and they just didn't want to throw the US under the bus. Okay, we're about to ramp up with the next one. Shit's about to pop off. Shit's about to get a bit cooler. Because we're entering.
What, 59?
We are firmly in the Donald Trump era when shit really gets hardcore.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, let's go! Obama, goodbye! Obama was like, I like a precision strike. I want to cut the head off the snake. I wanna do right by Pakistan. Trump's just
We
like,
only do
bomb
what
it
we
all!
have to or what we want to.
Yeah. 1 billion bombs! I want a bomb. I want a
You
bomb.
want a bomb?
them
I'll get you a
all.
bomb. You need a bomb.
Kill it. I do a better Obama and you do a better Trump, and I think that's reflective
You want a
of our
bomb?
personalities.
You want a bomb?
I think that means something about both of us.
Obama,
I
he
think
did
the
like,
fact you're good at Trump
although
and
his
I'm
name was
good at Obama.
Obama, he did no bomb as well as I did. I'm the best I ever did.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, alright. Now this one's kind of badass. This is a big one. This is a real proper operation. 59 Tomahawks. Tomahawks are the big boys. They're like the fucking naval cruise missiles. They're fucking hardcore. They're big shit, big shit. Okay.
They are dissolving you.
Starting off based, this was a retaliation against Assad's use of sarin gas. This was the retaliation to the chemical gas attacks, which killed 86 civilians. So this is a retaliatory strike, which is good. I like how President Trump... I accidentally said President Trump. I like how Trump...
That's what he is.
I know, it's crazy. I never
There's
say
some
President Trump.
respect on his name.
Yeah. President Trump ordered a one-time strike on Syria's Shayrat airfield. So basically, I think what happened was there's a chemical gas attack, and then the military goes to the new president, and they're like, we don't really know what the deal with this guy is. And they're like, sir, we put together 3 strike package options for you. I believe that these will all be effective deterrents. We can institute any of them in the next 24 hours. And he just goes, I want the biggest one! Give me the biggest one!
The biggest.
Just give me the 59 Tomahawks!
What's our best missile?
Yeah.
What's the best missile we've ever had? Tomahawk, is that an Indian missile?
So, just before 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is a good time for a strike.
Indian missiles,
59
no good.
Tomahawk missiles hit aircraft shelters, fuel storage bunkers, air defenses, and radars.
Bruh.
The barrage severely damaged or destroyed around 20 Syrian warplanes. That's pretty good. No, barrage!
Shabbat shalom.
No! Let me in! Let me in!
Oh. Oh.
Ah, thank God.
You just made it in time. Yeah, mate, get out
I
of
managed
here.
to ricochet. Ow! Fuck! Jesus.
Get out of here.
That was excessive. Good little catapult in there.
I think
All
that one was a tomahawk, but I can't tell.
That was a tomahawk. That was 59.
It did taste like steak.
That was 59. It definitely had cluster munitions as well. Thank you, Anonymous. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for the support. You make all this possible. We did way too much work on this episode.
Also, thank you, Hassan.
Thank you, Hassan. Cool. So they knocked out 20 Su-22s. Pretty good. They knocked out bombers, which is great. The runway remained usable, but the base was largely knocked out of operation. Syrian army reported 6 to 7 soldiers killed. Yo! Let's fucking go. High ethicalness. My favorite military actions are infrastructure destruction with, like, minimal casualties. I'm putting this at fucking
just take away their toys.
96, post-chemical attack, knocks out kills barely any soldiers, like what, 6, 7 casualties? Fuck yeah, dude, that's huge, that's sick. They're all soldiers, pretty chill. 20, imagine killing more than 2 planes per soldier killed. That's fucking amazing. That's so good. I would totally accept that. That's awesome. That's banging.
That kind of reminds me of the most recent, what's it called, Ukraine-Russia attack.
Yeah, literally what I'm thinking about here. Yeah, same thing. Ukraine were fucking awesome. Ukraine do a lot of gnarly shit. But like, yeah, that strike was really fucking good. That was awesome. That was great. The drones attacking the planes, very cool. Very cool idea. Good execution, good idea. I would put that at high innovation as well. Like, that Ukraine thing, that's 100 innovation for sure. Unfortunately, so is the Pager attack, but it is what it is. Actually, no, Pager attack is probably at 85, because Mossad's done Pager. Well, they've done bombs.
We're never on a scale like this. This was brand new. This is a new thing.
Which is why it's high innovation. Anyway. Additionally, Syrian state media claimed 9 civilians in villages near the base, including 4 children, died from missile debris explosions. This was not confirmed by the US.
That's bad.
I'll add in the civilians, but I'm not putting in the multiplier.
Why?
Because those seem like secondary explosions, right? Shrapnel and debris, like that's kind of hard. I don't know, man.
That counts.
It's an airbase. Oh, fine. Damn it.
He would have fucking died otherwise. What are you talking about?
I guess. Fine. Still though, aura. This is high aura as fuck. This is like a 92. This is pretty big. Right, like annihilate an airbase, knock out 20 things, response to a chemical attack, so you got that morality bonus.
Yep.
It's Trump's first strike, and it's a big one, and it's super successful. This was really high aura for him, actually. This was a huge success
I remember
for
it was one of the things where it's like, look, he's not going to be a fucking horrible, degenerate president.
Yeah, look, he nailed it. He fucking killed it.
Yeah.
There was geopolitical fallout. This was the first deliberate US strike against Assad's regime. That's fine. Geopolitical fallout. against Assad is okay.
Yeah.
It drew praise from US allies as a sign that chemical attacks crossed a red line. I think that red line component is what adds the aura here.
Yeah.
The Syrian government and Russia, denounced the aggression. I'm going to add one more aura for pissing off Russia. Hee. Russia suspended a Syria airspace safety hotline and moved warships in response. That's cool. That's even higher aura, to be honest. Them moving warships, pretty good. Iran and Hezbollah also condemned it. The strike was limited in scope, avoiding Russian personnel. Yo, what? I'm adding another ethicalness. Holy shit, they dodged killing any Russians. That's awesome, dude. It was seen as calibrated to restore US credibility on chemical weapons. Nice. Shayrat was back in partial use days later, but Syria reportedly relocated aircraft to Russian-controlled bases to shield them. That's interesting. Okay, so they literally had to hide them in Russian bases we can hit. Domestically, Trump won. Rare bipartisan support for the action. Yeah, No, we're part of the coalition, dude. Though some in Congress demanded a clear, serious strategy beyond one-off strikes. I think this is fine. Terror? I would kind of put low terror because it's anti-chemical weapons. It was kind of like we're good guy. This is like good guy world
yeah,
police.
it's pretty low terror.
Yeah, you know what? 13. Good guy world police, not very scary. Come closer to the mic, I can't hear you, Bug. That's a joke, right? They're joking, right?
They're joking.
Innovation? I don't know, man. Dropping 60 tomahawks is pretty good. When's the last time they dropped 60 tomahawks?
No, that's just shooting a lot of things. Shut up.
If you understand military logistics, you understand that going beyond a dozen of anything, it literally requires like infrastructure and innovation on the back end. I'm giving them a 15.
Because it was such a large scale attack.
Yeah, big scale attack. Yeah, literally. Also innovation in that like it was an infrastructure attack, which is you know started becoming the norm, but was less common back in the day. They would do all these fucking camps and shit. Now they're finally hitting something decent. Okay, next slide.
Whoa, what's next? What's next?
I call this card.
Whoa,
Fuck yeah!
Oh yeah!
This is when they dropped the first Moab. Let's go!
Which is different from the most recent Moab, by the way.
Yes. So, Wiz, you may notice, you may feel cucked for a moment because
you'll notice. Okay, sorry, I was just about to say. See the design for the Moab. Do you think they intentionally made it look like that Thunderbirds rocket?
Maybe. Well, the big orange.
Yeah,
maybe.
number 5.
So this is not only is this a rare card. This is
shit.
Jordan.
It's just
Jordan.
a little sorry about that.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit. No, are we fine?
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're all right.
No shit! Oh no,
God! Oh, whoa. I'm glad I got this helmet. It's really doing wonders for me. Stop cheering!
You know
I saw that. I stopped cheering in the chat.
Yeah.
I saw cheer reacts.
That's fucked up. You know
Stop
what?
that right now.
I gotta say, after 6 strikes, I'm feeling pretty lucky because all of them have hit the same eye that's already damaged. So actually, that did sound like a JDAM.
Oh.
No! Let me in! Wiz, let me in!
I don't think this is gonna go well for us, dude. I don't know. Oh shit!
Let me in!
Oh shit!
Let me in! No!
Oh, shaking it off again. This helmet's really fucking done well. The UN knows how to make their helmets. And whoa! Ouch! You're right there, dude. Yeah, it's a good thing you're so gloopy. This is like Kick the Buddy. Do you remember that game? Remember that?
Yeah, I think I left half of me in the treads of the tank. You didn't have to back it up during that strike. Why'd you pull it away from me? Oh,
it's not right.
I can't hear you. Did you fuck the audio, bro?
Yeah, the audio's fucked.
Is it actually fucked? Chat.
No. No.
Okay, I don't know what they're doing then.
People are just suffering.
Idiots. Morons, idiots, morons, idiots.
Beep 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 beep.
Lily would like to add, it's crazy how much people will pay to murder you over and over again. Yeah, no shit. It's almost like it's almost like we suck and are hated. But money's money, baby. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on. I need to run back to the correct. Okay. All right. So actually, I'm really excited because this is the first shiny foil card, dude.
Ooh.
I've got something special for you. Do you want to click on the fuck yeah link?
Is it a YouTube video?
Yep. No, it's not. It's something even weirder.
Okay, let's hope this formats. Can I play this? Oh, there is a YouTube.
Yeah, you can totally play it. You can totally play it.
There's a YouTube link. You're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst.
Oh, is there a YouTube link? Okay. I thought it would
sorry,
fuck
let me
about.
get this up.
Yeah, see, I told you. Not available.
Oh, are you
hard to
sure
find
we can
footage.
watch this?
Yes, I promise you can watch it. I promise you can watch it. It's a fucking sick video. I love it. It's so cool.
This one. Okay, this one exists.
Well, I don't know if you can watch that one. Watch the one I sent you because I fucking screened it, idiot. That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay, what's going on here?
Check this out. Check this out. You can see it dropping. Look at that. Look at that, dude.
Oh my god.
Can we watch it again? Can we watch it dropping? Look at it. You can see it. That's how big the bomb is. The bomb is so big. You can see it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. So this is a shiny foil card. This is on the back. The video's on the back. If you turn the card around, you see like a little. It's like one of those little.
Man.
You wiggle it, and you see the Moab. Look at it. Look at the plume, dude. That plume is fucking
That's
awesome. Look at that shit.
crazy.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's
Fuck
so
yeah, dude.
crazy.
This makes me American. Watching this makes me feel American. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Sorry,
It's
let me
fucking
load this
sick,
up
dude.
again. Beep, beep, beep.
The
Alright, just load
Moab
it
is
in. Load it in.
badass. Oh,
Loading in.
hell yeah. Bomb type. Moab, baby! Mother of all bombs! So this is the largest US non-nuclear bomb used to date. US forces
Jesus.
targeted a fortified
That
ISIS
sentence
cave
alone
tunnel
is fucking
network.
terrifying.
Terrifying. It gets better. This was a fortified ISIS tunnel system in Momand Valley, eastern Nangarhar. A USAF MC-130 dropped the 21,600 pounds. That's a 20-ton bomb. Right? 1,000 pounds? Isn't that American tons?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a 10-ton bomb. That's a 10-ton bomb.
Oh.
10 tons. It's like a bomb the size of a fucking truck. Made like a spear, packed with explosives.
Jesus.
Do you know how Moabs work?
Scarily.
So they are so heavy that they are dropped flightlessly just overhead, and then they are so heavy that with no explosives they drill down fucking, I think it's like they can go up to like 60 meters into the earth just through the sheer drop force alone, and then they have a
Jesus.
timed charge that goes off. The nose hits and it starts a timer.
So they're
and
like
then
kind
it
of like
blows up when it hits
specifically
60
bunker
meters.
busters or whatever the fuck.
These are when people say bunker busters, they're talking about these bombs, yeah. So this is also what they used in Iran recently. Iran.
No, they used something.
okay.
Mob means something different with the ones they use in Iran.
I'm pretty sure they used the Moabs in.
No, it's called like a mob, M-O-B.
Oh really? Oh, mother of bombs.
No, it's not mother of bombs. It means. Let me get this up.
100 aura, 1,000%. I'm gonna give it 101 aura.
Yeah, it's very strong, very high aura.
Very
We used a
cool, very
mop.
cool.
What does MOP stand for again?
I don't know. Bro, 94 ISIS fighters, including 4 commanders with 0 civilian casualties.
Massive ordnance penetrator. MOP.
Hot. Ethicalness, straight up 100, right? Literally annihilating an entire ISIS base.
Oh.
Instantly vaporizing them. All bad guys, all the worst bad guys. ISIS suck the most out of all of them. Yeah, pretty banging. Terror, I'm gonna say 100. Straight
Horrible.
up, right?
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, just like it doesn't matter how far you hide underground. Your entire life and everyone you know will just instantly disappear into a plume of smoke. Independent analysis later suggested the death toll might have been lower. Bodies were not independently verified, but significant destruction of ISIS infrastructure was confirmed. 38 underground structures destroyed. 38 structures with one bomb. Fuck me, that is nuke level. That is literally like nuke level. 38 buildings evaporated. Jesus. Afghan and US forces said no civilians were in the area. Some skeptics noted it was spring planting season and a few farmers might have been nearby, but no evidence of civilian deaths emerged. Yeah, so fuck off. Bullshit. Defenseless people hiding in the bunker? Yeah, just defenseless ISIS commanders. What can they do while in the bunker? It's not about being fair. It's about being right. Too strong. Yeah, OP. Slightly OP. To be clear, I'm okay with this card being OP. Also, this is the first time they used a Moab. 100 innovation. Come on, man. It's a Moab.
Let me think.
When did they last use Moabs?
I think we have innovation at 100. We gotta bump down ethicalness because inherently big payloads are not ethical. If we're using the standard of like sniper rounds being ethical,
no,
right?
Totally disagree. Totally disagree. Bro, this is the first time they ever used a Moab. 100 innovation. It's the first time
I agree.
It was used, and it's perfectly flawless. 100 ethicalness, 100 terror, 101 aura. Dude, this is the best card in the deck. First time they ever used this bomb. You need a card every
I don't know. I think any bombs over a certain payload lose ethicalness.
I disagree, dude. For an ISIS camp, come on, man. An underground tunnel network, literally perfect. Zero casualties. There's zero civilian casualties. I don't think you can ask for better than this. This might be the best one. This is the best attack. Straight up. It was perfect. It makes sense.
But I don't think there's many other use cases for the MOB. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. Okay, great. They invented something that was perfect for this one situation, and then they move on.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, besides a nuke, this is essentially Exodia. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Sniper rounds, loader box jabbed. Yeah, true. Sorry, yeah, we sniped loader there. The strike eliminated an entrenched... Well, let's look at the aftermath and we'll confirm. The strike eliminated an entrenched ISIS-K staging area and sent a clear message. It was Defense Secretary Mattis, General Mattis, extra aura. Mattis is the coolest general ever. Adding 2 points of aura for Mattis. Of course he was in charge of this. He's so fucking based. To ISIS that they would be annihilated. Jesus, he's just like, yeah, this is a clear message that we're going to annihilate you. Militarily, it aided Afghan troops' offensive in Nangarhar. Within weeks, ISIS presence in that zone was reduced. Bro, more aura. Symbolically, the use of the Moab the first time in combat was interpreted as a US show of force to hostile states. North Korea was widely speculated, and extremist groups. Some human rights observers question the necessity of such a huge bomb, and they are all pussies, and I disagree. An independent geospatial study later argued the Moab's impact was less than claimed, and the Afghan estimates of 94 ISIS killed were staggering and likely inflated. Okay, but there's no counter narrative.
I feel like casualty 1 is the best stat if they're going for one person. Like that would be like a winning card. That'd be like the gold standard.
Yes, casualty 1 is perfect. Yes. Yeah, casualty 0 would be embarrassing. The metrics are getting confusing. They've not changed. To be clear, casualties is not a 0 to 100 rating system. It's just raw numbers. So a great or a bad card can have lots of casualties. Casualties, honestly, you want bombing a city. You want bombing a city followed by the most unethical, because the most unethical bombings will have multipliers on the casualties. That's how the casualty stat works.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Nice. Okay, good. We're on the same page. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I like that some human rights observers were like, did you really need to do that? And we're like, yes! Yes! No public backlash in Afghanistan occurred. How hard is it to bomb Afghanistan and for the Afghan people to just be like, yeah, that was base as fuck, good job. That's great. Civilian harm was not evident. ISIS-K did continue attacks elsewhere, but the strike became a signature moment of the Trump administration's more aggressive rules of engagement. Okay, cool, based, awesome, epic. No notes, good bomb.
Signature moment for the more... I hope that doesn't lead anywhere bad.
Yeah, it's not like the next slide is going to start grappling with those implications.
Shall we?
So anyway, speaking of dismantling ISIS, yeah, it got a little sketchy in the end there. Yeah, I'm happy to load all of the good boy points on the Moab because some of those bad points come home to roost on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is in the last couple of years of Trump's presidency, so things get a little spicy near the end. So this was a controversial strike on an ISIS camp. As US-backed SDF forces, SDF are based, I believe the SDF are based, right? They're the Syrian Democratic guys. So they're the ones who are, they're not the Rojavan anarchists, but they work pretty closely. They're like the Social Democrats, but they're pretty based. They work closely with the Rojavans. They're pretty chill with them as well. Anyone who's a friend of the anarchists is a friend of me. They cornered ISIS's final enclave by the Euphrates, an American F-15E called in by a shadowy special ops unit called Task Force 9. Aura... Already at 70.
Okay.
Dropped a 500-pound bomb, then a 2,000-pound bomb on a large gathering by a riverbank. The crowd... Oh, this is a bad start. The crowd included ISIS fighters. That's a bad start.
Yeah,
that's a bad way to
Riverside?
frame
Nobody's
this paragraph.
fucking...
Yeah. No, that's
They're
not
dirty,
great.
they're washing. They're
Scores of women and children.
Bruh. How much is in a score?
ISIS family, 20.
Bruh.
Multiple 20s. ISIS family members and captives. The blasts killed at least 70 people instantly. A subsequent internal count assessed approximately 80 dead, of whom about 16 were active ISIS combatants, and the rest women and children. That's bad.
Yep,
that's not
that's
good
real
odds.
bad.
The strike's observers, drone operators in Qatar, immediately suspected a massacre of non-combatants, and a US military lawyer present flagged it as a potential war crime. The event was then kept under wraps for over 2 years. I'm adding aura. That's crazy.
What? What?
I'm adding... Bro, a military lawyer is like, you guys just did a war crime, and the American military is like, cool, that goes under the rug. That's awesome. And that's not high aura? Are you kidding me?
Are you killing me?
Are you killing me?
No,
So,
chat's killing us.
civilian casualties. Yes, massive. Roughly 64 of the 80 killed were civilians, many women and children.
Oh
Okay.
my
So I'm
god! Sorry.
sorry, you okay? So I
Yeah.
think this puts us at about 140 because we have to double the children. It's pretty bad. It's pretty high.
Bruh.
CENTCOM later argued... Oh, wait, hold on. CENTCOM later argued some women and teens were armed, blurring combatant status. See, I told you the women couldn't be trusted.
Jesus.
Regardless, dozens of non-combatants died. So, here's the aftermath. Cover up an investigation. The strike remained secret until a New York Times expose in November 2021, 2 years later. Ethicalness, -10 to start with. Let's see if it keeps growing.
Yeah.
It revealed that officers in charge intentionally and systematically circumvented procedures. 25.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Procedures to avoid scrutiny. After the expose, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin ordered a review. In May 2022, the Pentagon acknowledged the strike killed civilians, but claimed no laws of war were broken due to fog of war. -35.
Okay.
And ISIS using civilians as shields. No, they weren't. -40.
Okay.
That's not shielding. A conclusion
Going down to the
criticized by
river?
human rights groups. Yeah. The Baghouz incident became emblematic of the opaque US air campaign against ISIS. It prompted Austin to mandate higher-level reviews to strikes in tight quarters and to emphasize mitigating civilian harm, as confidence in military self-investigations was shaken. Terror? Pretty high. That's like a 90. That's like easy at 90. Innovation led to some changes in the military. 22.
Well, yeah, okay, 22 is sufficiently low. Yeah, this is an evil card. This is a very evil card.
This is an evil card. This is, if you're building an evil deck, this is a strong second or third best. You know, if your top line gets cancelled, this is a really good stable one to rely on. Yeah, this is almost as bad as the hospital. It's not as bad because you're not killing doctors and using incendiaries, but this is
Yeah.
Here's
You're not burning
here's
the
the
doctors to
highlight on
death.
this one.
But you are killing people
The
that are trying to
highlight-
get water and clean clothes.
Yeah, the
An
highlight
enemy
on
that's
this
already
one, I would say-
decimated, by the way.
Yeah, true. They were. Yeah, actually, yeah. It was their last stand. They were
I
pretty
think
much
that
fucked.
lowers the aura. If you're the bad guy in
dude.
the last stand moment.
I agree, but I was just about to make an argument. What keeps the aura this high is the shadowy special ops unit that called it in with absolutely no scrutiny.
Okay,
That's high
okay,
aura
okay.
as
Here's
fuck,
my
dude.
counter. Did
The
you ever play
ghosts.
Halo Reach back in the day?
Yeah. I don't know if
You
I
know the
played
last
campaign.
level? Do you know why you got so
I
much
definitely didn't get that
aura?
one.
Okay, the last
Why?
level is like a level where like endless enemies come for you until you eventually die.
Oh, I've
You
seen
know?
that. I've seen that. That's super cool. That's a super
Right?
cool. Yeah,
The
that's a
reason
super
you
cool
have
level. I've
so
seen
much
that, yeah.
aura in that scene is because it's your last stand. Unfortunately, ISIS has the aura here.
So yeah,
They're
but that
stood
would be
looking
true
up
if ISIS survived.
as they hold their children
ISIS
in
was
their
over.
arms.
Yeah, but yeah, but if you die, 0 aura. You like it didn't linger. It
No,
didn't go on
okay,
to do
did you
anything
watch the
useful.
final James Bond movie?
Stop. Sure. No, I didn't. I don't think so. What's the last one called?
That's the one where he dies in it. He saves his daughter and then he just stands on the island as the bombs come in.
He has a
'Cause he's
daughter.
he's infected with the
Not
virus.
James Bond, Jesus Christ.
And
Okay,
he's got very high aura in that moment.
I think this is super high evil aura because a shadowy spec ops, like ghosts, literally called in a strike with no scrutiny. This was some weird dark. You know what? I bet there's like extra things we don't know about this. There was like
probably
some extra scary thing. That's high aura as fuck, dude. I think ghosts make it high aura.
Okay.
Bro.
What?
We've got another shiny foil coming. Are you ready?
Oh no. I'm scared. Next card?
Next card.
Let's go.
Shiny foil.
What is
It's Soleimani.
this?
It's a rare foil Soleimani.
I don't think I know this.
Yes, you do, and you'll find out why when we click that link in a second. High-profile targeted killing. At around 1 a.m., a US MQ-9 Reaper launched missiles at 2 vehicles leaving Baghdad Airport. First of all, this was a strike on a civilian airport. Yeah, Baghdad Airport, International Airport. The strike killed Major General Qasim Soleimani, Iran's Quds Force commander, and Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, deputy leader of Iraq's Iran-backed Popular Mobilization Forces. They literally killed an Iran general. How fucked is that? They insta-killed an Iran general. 5 other Iranians and Iraqis in the convoy were also killed, bodyguards and associates, all valid, I guess. Soleiman's identity was confirmed via fingerprint and DNA. They just found his hand, and they were like, yep, that's him. No civilian bystanders were harmed, but 8 to 10 individuals in the convoy were killed, but they were all members of the Iranian. So basically, the reason this is interesting is because we have direct video footage of it happening.
Okay, is this a YouTube link?
Yes, it is a YouTube link. It's from the perspective, and it's from the perspective of a camera mounted on the missile.
Okay, let's go.
So, are you listening to me? It is literally a missile-mounted camera. We've got an image of Soleimani getting taken down. Check this out.
Target designated.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Pistol in blue.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So the reason you may be familiar with this strike is because this is the strike that features in Call of Duty.
Bearing northeast 065 degrees.
And this
I
goes
do
back.
remember this. Oh shit.
So this is when Call of Duty added.
In the remake of Modern Warfare 2, yes.
Yeah, they added this after Soleimani died. This is literally a Soleimani reference. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go! Time to get him! Oh! Damn. So obviously they've added some aura here.
Direct.
Yeah, the cool skull mask.
Cool skull man. This is the guy that called in that strike, by the way, on the
That's how
previous
this
one.
game started? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the opening, was just you murder Soleimani, you kill an Iranian general.
Oh my
How based
God.
is that? They're just like, yeah, fucking crazy, dude. Fucking sick, dude. 0 notes. Anyway, I'm gonna say that the video game aspect of this adds a shitload of aura. I'm gonna say 100 aura, honestly. The fact that it immediately became the
COD's kinda
defining
gay.
propaganda outlets. No, dude, come on. The defining propaganda system for getting guys into the military literally turned this strike into the opening of their most famous game of all time, Modern Warfare 2. Literally
was
the
the
best
remake.
game in the
It was the
series. Come
remake.
on. The remake of the best game in the... Yeah, sure, still counts. The remake was good. Anyway, we'll expand on this. The aftermath. So by the way, this was super crazy, right? This is when Trump was like, I just want to insta-kill an enemy general against a country I'm not at war with. That's fucking crazy, right? Like, that is the first time that ever happened. Like imagine if someone just fucking bombed General Mattis while he was, like, on the way to McDonald's in Washington. Like, that's literally the level of this. This is, like, if you flip it around, you understand how fucking mental this was for Trump to just go, let's just kill him. It's our remake? It is a remake. Modern Warfare 2 was a remake.
No,
Or was
no,
like
no.
a
There was Modern Warfare
remix?
2 remake, and then there was Modern Warfare 2, which was a reimagining of the plot of Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2.
Right. With
Different story elements, different characters
more
and shit.
modern. It was more modern more Modern Warfare 2, yeah. So,
Modern
regions on the
Warfare.
brink, Soleimani's assassination at the direction of the president. This is also why it's high aura. Trump is just like, I want that guy to die. I want him dead. I
Yeah,
want his
he's
skull on my throne. Fucking sick. Iran's supreme leader vowed severe revenge. 5 days later, Iran launched ballistic missiles at 2 Iraqi bases housing US troops, causing over 100 brain injuries, but no
What?
deaths.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
well, because the concussive force, basically the structure held, but the shockwaves literally concussed them all into, like, it made them all retarded.
That is
How
like
crazy is that?
the worst thing that can happen, right?
That's
Like, that's the
horrible.
biggest
That's
thing coming out
horrible.
of war
That's horrible.
zones. It's concussion.
100 brain injuries is
Like,
crazy.
there's big links between PTSD and literally the concussion.
That makes sense. Reimagining's a stretch. I don't know the details. Anyway, Iraq's parliament, outraged that the strike happened on Iraqi soil without consent, voted to expel US troops, and the Iraqi PM protested the violation of sovereignty. The strike eliminated a powerful adversary, which, yeah, true. He orchestrated Iran's regional militias, but it sharply escalated US-Iran confrontation, leading many to fear war in early 2020. Internationally, US allies were caught off guard. I'm gonna say that's another high aura element of this. Some supported the right to self-defense. Others urged de-escalation. Ultimately, both the US and Iran stepped back from broader conflicts, but Iran expanded its nuclear program afterwards. So this is high aura, but a total fucking disaster. This is like, I would say 0.
Iran expanded. They're always expanding their nuclear program.
That's true. I would give them an 8 on ethics. Like, they didn't kill any civilians. They hit the guy they wanted to hit. It was a decent guy to hit. But it was a horrible time to hit him. Terrible time.
I don't think any country has expanded its nuclear program as big and as often as Iran, considering they have no nukes.
Yeah, true. True. The reality is it's really hot. Actually, I don't know the reality. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to I've decided I don't care to be an expert on this particular issue. I don't give a fuck, actually. Sovereignty? I didn't. How do you say sovereignty? Sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
Oh, you're right.
Sovereignty. Did you say sovereignty?
I say sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
Yeah, I've always said
You're
that.
sovereign, right?
Sovereignty. Sovereignty. Yeah,
Sovereign.
sovereignty. Yeah, you're
What's
right,
your? Who's your sovereign?
Yeah. I'm feeling a little sovereignty today.
Who's your sovereign?
I'm feeling a little sovereignty. Who's my sovereign?
Yeah.
Me! No gods, no
you've got one.
masters!
You've got one.
Yeah, Charlie boy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't have one because I'm based.
Terror. High terror. President just snaps his fingers and a general on the other side of the world dies at an airport. Kind of high terror. 60? I think that's a 60.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
pretty-
overly high, is it? It's.
No. Innovation.
Eh.
You know.
Oh fuck!
Again. What? What happened? What's wrong?
Is Hassan gonna say anything?
What's up?
Well, nothing. I was
well, I would hope not.
I was just a little bit scared. I think we're
Okay.
fine. Honestly, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I told them this was hospital, so they should.
Oh!
No, I said it's hospital, guys! Fuck!
Oh. Stop! Stop using the celebrate emote. Stop! I can see that. That pops
Ow.
up for me
Yeah,
as well.
why are you doing that? This is like the fucking. This is like the Muslims jumping around firing AK-47s into the air in New York on 9/11. Remember when that happened? Remember when they were firing their AKs in the air celebrating in New York? That was a real thing. In New York, there
I
were
think only
Muslims
Hassan
firing
was doing that.
AK-47s in the air. Maybe it's just Hassan. What's
What's
Hassan's
Hassan's
take? That's all I
take?
want to know. We'll find
You can
out.
ask him. He's right here.
Someone pays. Yeah.
I mean, the fishes.
Cool. Innovation, I'm gonna give it a bit because just like murdering an enemy general was brand new. I'm gonna say 25. That was brand new tech. That was brand new tech to just insta-kill a general. Like, that's pretty hardcore. That's a pretty massive escalation.
Yeah, escalation in the wrong way, but yeah, it is an escalation.
Yeah, bad, but innovative. Okay, I've got an exciting one for you next. With this one's a bit of an arc. I'm a bit excited about this.
An arc?
We're getting near the end, by the way.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Which makes sense, we've been going for a fucking while.
Yeah, let's see what's next.
Alright,
Oh.
I call this
What
one
is
Biden's Cherry.
this?
So, this is Biden's first use of force in his presidency. This is Biden popping his cherry. Very exciting
No.
stuff. Just after midnight, US aircraft struck several targets on the Syrian side of the Iraq border used by Iranian allied Iraqi Shiite militias. The F-15E strikes hit 3 warehouses and trucks in the encampment of Kataib, Hezbollah, and Kataib Saeed al-Shuhada, which were believed to store weapons and coordinate smuggling. The facilities were demolished. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, 22 militia fighters were killed, all Iraqis belonging to the Hashd al-Shabi umbrella. So these guys were like Shiite radicalists, fighters, militants, etc. US officials, however, cited a more conservative estimate: 1 militia member killed, 2 injured. Interesting that they said 22 people died, and the US military were like, it's just like 3. Reflecting perhaps just the direct strike zone, no Iranian personnel were hit. That's pretty good as well. Not hitting the Iranians was pretty hardcore. No local civilian deaths reported. The strikes occurred in a remote border area at night, and only militia combatants were present. As expected, Biden is a high ethics king when it comes to attacks. It's primarily an infrastructure attack. He claims 3. I get the sense that the reason they claimed 3 is because they wanted it to indicate, hey, we're not Trump, we're doing infrastructure attacks.
Yes,
not
yeah,
murder.
yeah.
So fewer combatants is better. I'm gonna split the difference and give them a 10 between the Human Rights Watch and what he said. I feel like it could be. I think that's fair enough. Syrian state media claimed a civilian warehouse and grain silo were also struck, but these claims are unverified. And also, who fucking cares? Like, I'm okay with you knocking out some
I thought
food.
you were vegan, bro.
It takes out some military infrastructure. Exactly. Well, that's true, actually. Yeah. Maybe the local cat got fucking annihilated and saved some birds.
Yeah, how many animals have
thought
done
that
this?
was
We gotta
the version
go
of
through all this. New ranking.
That's true. We have to
Animal
add a
casualties.
vegan mark. Yeah.
Yeah, was this attack vegan?
Calibrate-
Is that the...
yeah. That's good. I like that. That's good. This was a calibrated retaliation. The US stated this operation was proportionate military response for a recent spate of rocket attacks on US bases in Iraq, including a February 15th attack that killed a Filipino contractor. No! And wounded US personnel in Erbil. God, 100 ethics. This is a banging attack. Maybe 99 because a civilian. No civilians died. Yeah, 100.
It wounded a
Lost
civilian.
infrastructure? No, it didn't.
There was the contractor, no?
No. This is so Iran bombed a US base
Oh, in
and
response.
killed a guy
Okay.
and killed a contractor and wounded some US personnel, and this was
Okay,
the response. Yeah. By striking in Syria, not Iraq, the Biden administration gave Iraq's government political breathing room while still sending a message to Iran's proxies. Iran's foreign ministry and Syrian regime both condemned the strike as illegal. Militia groups vowed reciprocal attacks. Indeed, within days, they launched more rockets at US bases, but they were already doing that, causing no US deaths. Based! Oh my god!
Nice.
What a big Dark Brandon win, holy shit. The strikes reassured US partners that despite seeking nuclear talks with Iran, Biden would protect US forces. However, some in Congress and the UN questioned the legal justification under international law. This feels like a good strike to me, very pragmatic, minimizing casualties, maximizing infrastructure damage. The fact that they were, like, respectful enough of Iraq's sovereignty to basically say, we're not going to fuck with anything on your side of the border is super chill. That's super cool. I appreciate that. That's great. That gives governments legitimacy and helps prop them up so that they can start to build functioning democracies where bombs aren't randomly going off in your city. So that's pretty good. Honestly, yeah. Terror? I'm gonna be honest. 0. Like,
yeah, it's not
too
as
good,
scary.
guy.
After what we
too
just
good,
had.
guy. I'm like, oh, it's like Trump's over, Biden's back, and it's just like, he's not that scary. He doesn't have that Obama. He doesn't have that,
Obama
like,
was
technocrat.
warmonger. Trump was like, I need to beat Obama's numbers. Then Brandon's like, I need to fucking lose.
Trump wanted mass death and destruction. I think Trump wanted to see big explosions, and I think Obama had that kill instinct. I think that makes sense, because Obama got fucking numbers, dude. He got casualties. Trump was like, the biggest bomb! The biggest bomb! And like, Obama was just like,
more visual pleasing.
Yeah. I wanna kill 150 people, even if it means killing 89 women and 40 children.
Yeah.
I think that's good numbers. Like that. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Innovation. Not much really going on here, huh? Pretty weak.
nah.
I would say 0.
Classic.
It's an MQ9 Reaper. We've been doing that for 20 years
Aura,
at this point.
pretty low, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a pretty. This is like.
It's just
you know what
boring.
this feels
But
like,
I think this is more a reflection of Biden. You know?
I'm gonna say 2. Yeah, that's a very low aura attack.
Yeah.
Because it's like you know
He's
what it
too
feels like?
COVID-ridden.
It feels like it feels like technocratic war. It's like, let's do the best thing we can do. You know, there's like no vibe behind it. It's just
Yeah.
like, what's the exact best decision we can make that makes the most sense? Very low aura to just be entirely, especially because war, the reason aura is so important as a metric, by the way, guys, is because you cannot do war without wara. You need wara. If you just follow the rationalist process
Yeah,
every
it
time,
seems
you
like
become
your heart
predictable.
isn't in it, you know?
Yeah, right. But you need to be unpredictable. Obama was unpredictable because like, oh, this like college guy actually wants millions dead, and then Trump is unpredictable because they're just like, we have no idea where he's dropping the next bomb. And Biden's like, we know exactly what Biden's playbook is gonna be. He's gonna he's gonna do X, Y, Z. He's gonna minimize everything. He's gonna be a good boy. He's good boy points.
Yeah.
So now Biden gets very excited, okay? He has a great time. He's like, holy shit, these drone strikes they're getting me international backing, they're helping with my foreign policy. He starts getting addicted, okay? He starts getting excited. He starts following the path of Obama. There is a big spike in drone strikes right after this. It starts climbing and climbing and climbing. And then we get to the next slide. And this is the one that I have the most emotional investment in, and the one that hurts me the
What
most.
is this?
This is the white car. Do you remember when Biden was pulling out of Afghanistan?
Yes.
So, during the evacuation, amid tense evacuation days, if you remember, there was a suicide bombing at the airport. ISIS were threatening, I think it was ISIS, were threatening to, no, not ISIS, who was doing it? Taliban? I think it was the Taliban.
Surely.
Yeah, Taliban, sorry, yeah. So the Taliban were basically saying, we're gonna fucking bomb the shit out of you, we're gonna kill everyone, we're gonna kill everyone, we're gonna kill you, we're coming to kill you. And Biden's like, fuck, let's get out. And the Taliban's like, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna kill you now. We're gonna kill you during the evacuation. Now, they tracked a white car that seemed like it was making its way towards the airport where there were a shitload of people. I'm talking there were crowds of thousands of people.
Yeah, because everyone was
If
leaving the
this
fucking country.
Yep. If this car gets into that crowd and goes off, you are going to have 1,000 casualties. It's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be fucking horrific. It's a nightmare, okay? So they track this white vehicle. They start getting more and more panicked. They see someone loading explosives into the back. They're getting ready to bring this car over to the crowd. And then Biden's like, fuck it, send a missile. They slam it with a Hellfire missile, okay? I think this was an R9X. I think this was a Ninja. But yeah, so they slammed this car with the missile. The vehicle was destroyed. However, it turned out the driver was Zimari Ahmadi, an Afghan aid worker for a US NGO. What he was putting in the back of the car was not
Suitcases?
explosives, canisters filled with water.
No.
The strike killed 10 civilians. It was too close to a building. 7 of his children were killed, and 2 adult relatives. The Hellfire missile fucked up the house next door. This is bad
terrible
timing.
timing. This is terrible timing. Will they have mercy on
You
us?
know what? Take me. No, this one's too upsetting.
This
Take
man.
me.
Oh shit. And we're back.
I just want the sweet release of death. It won't take me. Why can't I die? I want to die. This is horrible. I want to
Did
die.
they wait until you're gonna be
This one did-
sincere to fucking send that missile? Thank you.
I think so, because this one actually upsets me. 7 of his children are killed in this attack. It's crazy how bad this one went. This is a fucking disaster. So, the initial military reports falsely... I remember this one because I did debates about this strike while it was happening. In fact, I think I even debated Lonabox on this strike when it happened, if I remember correctly. I literally had a debate...
2021. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was very harsh on it, obviously. But here's the thing, I remember, I think I made a correct prediction about this strike, before it was public. I remember getting a prediction right. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think when the strike happened, I don't remember. Anyway, let's think about it. I need to go back, but I got something right that was quite important. Anyway, I'm a genius. No militants or weapons were present. The target was a misidentified civilian car. The aftermath. Apology but no accountability. General Mackenzie, CENTCOM head, admitted it was a mistake and offered sincere apology. The Pentagon's investigation in November 2021 found no criminal negligence, and honestly, I understand that there was no criminal negligence. It was a crazy day. It was very, very fucked up. The potential death toll of a car bomb making it there would have been, you know, in the high hundreds, low thousands. Like, the car bombs can be fucking huge.
Yes.
They attributed the error to fog of war, I agree with that, in a high threat environment, and recommended no disciplinary action. I fully agree with this, to be honest. This outcome outraged observers. Human rights groups declared the lack of individual accountability. Unfortunately, it's just systemic. Like, there is no individual accountability. This is how America has decided to operate.
They do war.
But you know what? We'll come to some stuff in a second. The US did pledge to financially compensate Ahmadi family and potentially help relocate them. As of 1 year later, the payments and promise for visas were reportedly not delivered, fueling criticism. Jesus. The strike coming at the very
Well, they were
end
only
of the
going to get
20-year
about
war
6
was-
grand anyway, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah. You know, maybe 6.5 with inflation. It intensified calls for reforms to US targeting and review procedures, which Secretary Austin ordered to be tightened to prevent such deadly errors. Here's why this is, I think, the most important airstrike in all of the ones that we've looked at so far. The most important one. Let's
Horror's bad. It comes under the same thing as
yeah, that's zero.
the
It's basically a
fucking
disaster.
horror's real bad. You know, it's like, oh, he's filling. You think it's a bomb, but it's jugs of fucking water. Holy fuck.
Yep. Yeah, casualties 10x3 oh shit.
What have you just done?
Sorry. I fucked
Going
up.
insane.
I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm
Panicked.
sorry. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
You're still in the earlier text.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to fix it. What? No, what the fuck? What's this? Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I see what you did.
Right,
Yeah.
stop control Zing.
Oh, I see what I did.
Yes.
I see what I fucked up. Okay, I understand now. Sorry.
It's the thing you always do. You put a text box inside a text box.
Yes, correct. Okay, times 3. Times two for no combatants, and then an extra multiplier because it's an aid worker.
Yep.
Pretty bad, pretty fucking bad. Ethicalness,
But nothing.
I'm
0.
gonna say 5. I'm gonna
Why?
say 5.
Well, just in case
They
it was
thought they
real.
were They thought they were preventing 1,000 deaths. It's bad, but 5 is low. 5 is very low. Yeah. So low, but not no ethics. I agree. Terror. Kind
It's
of nothing,
terrifying,
honestly.
but it's terrifying against the wrong people. So
I guess so. Yeah. Innovation.
nothing.
100.
Why? Oh, because it changed the fucking
to the-
scope.
Go to the next slide.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. This better back you up.
I've got a pop-up for you.
Oh.
We have
shit.
here a rare emotional impact alert. So the day that this happened, drone strikes fell off a fucking cliff. Biden retightened. I have a genuine feeling that this emotionally devastated Biden. He loves children. He killed a bunch of little girls for no fucking reason. He declared the strike. It was him alone. I think this is the biggest emotional impact on his presidency. I think this is the worst thing he did. I think he struggles to sleep at night over it. Because his reaction was to basically undo everything that Obama and Trump had done to ease drone strikes. Now, drone strikes have to go through multiple levels of approval again. Under Obama, that was removed, and under Trump, it was made even worse. Biden retightened all of that shit to how it was pre-Obama. Drone strikes became basically like a really, really minimal, very rare outside of combat, especially under Biden's administration. I think this actually fucked him up. I think this fucked him up, genuinely. Like, look at that fucking drop off. If you look at I can't remember, it was Air Wars. Air Wars is the drone strike thing. You know, they crop up occasionally.
Sorry.
as like, start here and
Staleman
there, but-
thinks Biden can remember that. This could have been. Biden wasn't entirely clapped, his presidency. It was
No, this
halfway
was before,
through.
This was before he was clapped. Yeah, this is 2020.
It could have made him
2021.
lose his mind.
Yeah. You think he lost his mind after this? I don't think this made him lose his mind, but I think this really materially affected him. He does have emotions. He does care. The only president with human emotions. In recent memory, yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump has billionaire emotions, I suppose. Yeah, not human. So yeah,
That's
I think this was a big
crazy.
deal. I think this is very important. I think that's a yeah, critical pop up.
Yeah. Whoa.
Big deal, big deal, big deal.
You're telling me, buddy.
Okay. Let me think for a second. Yeah, let's go to the next one. We got a few more. We're about to wrap up.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, classic.
My beloved. This is 2022. Yeah. This is probably my favorite. This is my favorite one. I think by far. The Moab is really cool, but I think this one is actually the best. Okay. At 6:18 a.m. as Al-Zawahiri. By the way, if you recall, if you jump back, I would like you to jump back to just as a little reminder. Can you go to slide 15, please?
Slide 15. Okay. Just double check. Whoop.
Yep. 2006. They try to take this guy out and they miss.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a callback.
Nice. And here we are
Cool,
now.
huh? Now, so at this point, Bin Laden is dead, and this guy is now fully in charge of Al Qaeda. So he was Bin Laden's right-hand man. They miss him. Bin Laden dies. This guy is now the head of Al Qaeda. At 6:18 a.m., Al-Zawahiri steps out onto the balcony of a safe house in upscale Kabul. A CIA drone fired 2 AGM-114 Hellfire Ninja missiles. Now, as you'll note in the picture, the Ninja missile is the one that has fucking deployable swords on it.
Jesus.
It has no explosives. It literally is just a flying blender. That's all it does. It does not do any
We really
explosions.
haven't moved past our medieval sensibilities, have we?
I'm not gonna lie, I've said this a million times, I've had fights with the left on this. This is the most ethical missile ever designed.
I suppose because it's not like pulls your body apart.
The left wing is so annoying because they love to post pictures of this missile and then go, look at how horrible the America is. And I'm like, you literally posted a picture of the most ethical weapon ever designed by America. That's crazy. Like, this is literally this weapon was designed to kill the driver of a vehicle without killing anyone else in the car. That's what they designed this to do. That's how ethical and precise this fucking thing is. It's fucking awesome, dude. The missiles with inert warheads and pop-out blades. Nope. Shit. Get for cover. Get to cover.
Sneak
Get to cover. Get to cover.
Sneak attack.
No!
But where's it coming from? What do you mean sneak attack?
No!
Whoa! Ooh. That was it. That you got some airtime there, dude.
Fuck, man, that sucked. Oh, I'm so busted. I'm so
You could tell that wasn't a fucking sword missile or ninja or whatever the hell.
Yeah, that was not any sword missiles. I didn't realize they fire 2, which is even cooler. The fact that they hit him with 2 swords at the same time is like a two-handed
They kind of
two-handed
dooku'd
weapon
him,
attack.
dude.
Very cool. Yeah, true. Oh yeah, do it. And there's just 2 Hellfire missiles coming in from either side. That's sick. I didn't hear that. I've only seen Vosh's community talk about how cool it is. I got in on fights on Twitter over it, actually. I got in a viral fight over Twitter. On Twitter. Well, viral for me.
Yeah, you got 3 likes.
Windows of the house were yeah, exactly. Windows of the house were blown out and the balcony was mangled, but the building remained largely intact and no other occupants were harmed. Zawahiri's death was confirmed via multiple intelligence streams. It ended his 21-year run as Al-Qaeda's top deputy, then Emir. No collateral deaths. US officials stressed that we killed that is high aura. We killed Zawahiri and no other individuals. 100 aura. Bang. Casualties. 1.
Yeah, 1. That's so powerful.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's so ethicalness. 100.
Yep.
Terror. 100.
Yeah,
Instant
it's
death
terrifying.
by the sword missile. Innovation.
Yeah, 100.
I think 100.
Yeah.
Yay! This is the best card in the game. His family members were
Ancom
elsewhere
makes a
in the
good
house.
point. Ancom makes a good point. 1 casualty, 99 thickness.
No, because 100 ethicalness is not doing the airstrike, which that would make not doing an airstrike 100 ethicalness. What's the point of a strike with? I guess you could have an infrastructure strike, but that's unfeasible. I'm happy to put this out. I set this as the barometer for 100 ethicalness, and I'm standing by.
Okay.
You know what? No. Ancom's fine. Ancom's right. It's funnier to have a card with not 1 casualty. No, that's way. Yeah, Ancom's right. That's way funnier.
Yeah.
Card design. That's way funnier. You're right, Ancom. You got me. Yeah. I can hate the sword missile. I work for a competing company whose missile launches shuriken. Yeah,
That's true.
that sucks. Do you know what's really rough is the nunchaku missile that like has a chain between two missiles that cuts you in half. That's
Me and Smug
the,
have owned the,
great.
the patent for fucking Beyblades. Giant Beyblades to be deployed to the battlefield, you know?
Oh yeah! Do we have the clip? This is a great time to review that clip. Maybe not, who cares?
Yeah. We designed giant Beyblades to be dropped from airplanes.
Drop giant Beyblades. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty close. This is pretty close. Anyway, significant counter-terror victory. President Biden announces Zawahiri's killing on August 1st, calling it justice for 9/11 victims.
Whoa.
That's 100 aura. The strike confirmed that top Al-Qaeda figures had found refuge in Taliban-ruled Kabul, violating the Taliban's 2020 Doha pledge, prompting US accusations that the Taliban something, I guess I fucked up the copy-paste. Anyway, very cool, very based, very awesome. I like that the Taliban literally broke an agreement, which meant that literally America was like, oh, I guess we're allowed to strike then, because you agreed, we won't strike this if you don't do that. They did that, they get fucking cut to half.
It's also like such a light slap, but also not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they could have been like,
just,
mother of all bombs. But instead they just went like, yep, that guy. Fine now.
This is a guillotine from 10,000 miles away. How fucked is that? Awesome. The most decapitation strike ever done. Oh boy. Okay. All right, we've got a couple more before we close out here.
Okay.
So we got this one.
Ooh.
So this one's pretty interesting. So this was in 2023. So this is under. This isn't Nouveau Trump. This is under Biden. This is Biden, yeah. So. IRGC militia attacks, okay. So this was a tit-for-tat, kind of back and forth with Iran proxies. After an Iranian-made suicide drone struck a US base near Hasaka, killing an American contractor and wounding 5 troops on March 23rd, the US launched evening retaliatory strikes. I'm gonna immediately throw that in at 60 aura for retaliating within the same day. It's pretty hardcore. You bomb us in the morning, you are killed by the end of the day. That's crazy. That's Amazon next day delivery for death. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Jesus.
Under President Biden's orders, fighter jets bombed at least 2 locations used by Iran-backed militias likely to Kataib Hezbollah, including a weapons depot and a munition truck near Deir ez-Zor Abu Kamal on the Iraq border. Explosions from secondary detonations were observed. Now that's good news if no civilians died, because that means you did hit a weapons depot, so that confirms it was a military target.
Yes, yeah, there was explosives there.
The Syrian Observatory, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported 8 militia fighters killed. US Central Command later confirmed at least 8 enemies killed in the strikes. Nice. 8 casualties. Very good. Iran's state media, however, denied any of its personnel died and claimed the Americans hit a rural development center and grain facility. Okay, fuck off. There were secondary explosions. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Idiots. No US acknowledged civilian casualties. All fatalities were said to be militia members. The strike sites were military outposts in sparsely populated desert, minimizing risk to civilians. Very cool.
I'm feeling this quite high on the old death list.
Yep, Syrian Iranian outlets claims of civilian structures seem aimed at propaganda. No independent. Yeah, I'm gonna say high ethicalness. That feels like a 90 to me. It's pretty good.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like an absolutely crucial target, but in terms of like retaliatory strike, like hey, stop fucking with us, or we'll do worse. This is a very, very medium strike. This feels pretty chill.
Yeah.
Wow, this is part of the ongoing Shadow War. These US strikes
underscores
that despite well, the Shadow War being the war between America and Iran-backed proxies, right? Hezbollah and the Houthis.
Yeah.
And shit.
That kind of adds some aura points.
You're right. Shadow War's pretty cool. Popped up to 70. Despite ISIS's fall, about 900 US troops in Syria remain at risk from Iran's proxies. Defense Secretary Austin said the operation sent an unambiguous message that attacks on Americans won't go unpunished. Nevertheless, within 24 hours, Iran-backed militias fired volleys of rockets and mortars at other US bases in Syria, Konoko and Green Village, injuring 1 other US soldier. That's not too bad. Illustrating the cycle of retaliation. The exchanges raised tensions, but were contained. Biden administration chose limited scope. Yeah, do you see the difference between a Trump retaliation and a Biden retaliation? Trump retaliation is like I'm taking one of your airports away. Biden retaliation is like I'm going to show you that you should not do this and you should probably desist. You know?
The error of your ways. Let me teach you a moral lesson in this bombing.
Yeah, let's keep this chill. You know. The exchanges raised tension, but were contained. Yep. Tehran officially condemned the U.S. aggression, and its allied militias vowed to respond severely, but a wider conflict did not erupt. The U.S. continues to fortify...
That's what that maintains.
That's true. Terror, again, very low terror. It's a fucking Biden really had low terror. Outside of killing that little girl, basically he's got no terror.
Yeah, well, I think it fucking scarred him for life, dude.
I think so.
He had all these memories of great times with Obama, killing fucking million people in the desert, you know? And then he tries it without Obama, and he's just, it's not the same, man. It's not the fucking same.
Yeah. It wasn't as fun when I was. Yeah, Obama is like, you
what
fucking
the
pussy.
Yeah, Obama's like, I killed many kids. I just didn't tell you, Joe.
Yes, I killed. Yeah, killing them today means that you don't have to kill them tomorrow.
If we didn't kill all those kids back then, Biden, you'd have a lot more people to deal with.
Yeah, you have a lot more people. Yeah, it was a preemptive strike. I'm pro-abortion, after all. Aim for the hospital. All right. So I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me fiddle with the laptop a little bit for a second. There. Hold on, 1 second. I need to get in. On
Excuse
this.
me, what are you doing?
So, well, this is sorry. 1 second. Because these are historical records.
Can you stop? Can you stop, dude? This is military technology.
I want to see if I'm sorry. I'm getting. Whoa! I'm just getting into the present because we need to. The last one I want to look
Look
at.
at my copyright-free UN tank.
I know. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, very well done. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, press it. Let's go. I think I'm in. I'm gonna have to maintain. I'm gonna have to keep the hack up, but we can finish this one while we're keeping the hack up. I think it should be pretty good.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna have to focus in. You get to the next one. Get to the page.
Don't fuck it up too much. Oh, there we go.
Okay, cool. We're in. Okay, we're in. Yes. 21st of June. Okay, these are present tense. All right. Okay, walk through these quickly.
I didn't think these were out yet.
Hold on. They're not. I'm hacking into the mainframe, dude. I'm fucking hacking into the mainframe. Okay, we have to move fast. All right, can you work through this one?
Yep, okay. Deadliest US and Israeli joint strike on Iranian soil to date. A combination of GBU-5 bunker busters and Tomahawk cruise missiles struck multiple hardened targets at Fordo and Isfahan, aiming to disable Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Ooh, they've been talking about that from the very start of this document. Secondary blasts in the nearby munitions and fuel storage caused widespread collateral damage in urban districts surrounding military targets. Iranian officials reported over 1,000 casualties. That's really bad.
That's
fucking bad.
Crazy. That's so
including
many
hospital staff and emergency responders. That's fucking that's like a combination of
this is
several of
disastrous.
these.
Yeah, that's like this. Yeah, 1,000 is crazy. Yeah, that's like a ×3 multiplier for aid and hospital shit. Yeah, it's really bad.
CENTCOM did not confirm civilian fatalities, but stated the strikes followed strict rules of engagement and deconfliction protocols.
That means a lot of civilian casualties.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that means.
This is pretty fucking bad.
So civilian casualties report. What we got? I'm holding. Dude, I think they see us. Hold on, we gotta move fast. Fuck.
Okay.
It's detecting us. Civilian casualties. What's it say?
Okay. So 224 to 1,000 plus injured, 112 to 300 civilians killed, but there's conflicting reports. And in terms of aftermath, the operation prompted international condemnation, including emergency UN Security Council sessions. Iran retaliated with limited missile attacks on Israeli air bases. Whoa. The US Department of Defense has launched a post-strike assessment, but framed the operation as preemptive, non-proliferation action. Oh, that was a hard word to
proliferation.
read.
Holy fuck, dude. Non-proliferation action.
I proliferated that word, bro.
Jesus Christ, dude! I think we're being detected. Can you fill in the card? Aura, what do we think?
Aura,
Chat, we need you for this one.
Yeah, chat. You need to rate this one. Aura, come on, quickly.
I think 80. It feels 80. It feels like nuclear facilities.
It's pretty horrible. It's pretty horrible. I'm gonna split a difference. 75.
Feels good. Casualties insane. I would say.
Yeah, I think
x3.
I'd say. 1,000, and I'm gonna do plus N. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, because we don't know. TBA. That's 100, not 1,000. Add another 0.
Oh, sorry.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, well, it'd still be 100 plus N.
Yeah, that's good. Ethicalness, fucking 0, dude. Insane. Absolutely deranged.
There's not much.
Let's put honestly, minus 100. It could trigger World War 3.
Yeah, well, that'd be bad. Let's do, yeah, minus 100 for now.
This is the only airstrike we've seen so far that could end the entire world.
Yeah. Terror? It's pretty scary. I'm pretty scared. I'm gonna put 100 down.
I'd say 100. I'd say 90.
90? Okay, because it could still be. It could still
It's
be
a bit
fine. We don't know
deranged.
yet.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, it's a bit deranged. Innovation.
Innovation?
It's a pretty massive
It's
strike.
pretty large scale,
maybe
yeah. How about 70?
60, 70? Yeah, 70 sounds
70.
good. Okay, alright.
Okay,
Fuck,
there
fuck.
we
Dude,
go.
they've seen us.
I think that's long. What do you mean they've seen
They've
us?
seen us, dude.
What
They've
do you
seen
mean?
us, dude. Wait. Okay, no, it's fine. Go to the next page. Go to the next page.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. Okay, it's fine.
Oh.
No.
Oh
shit.
shit.
Wait, go to the next page.
Oh shit.
Hit it
Oh
again. Hit it
shit.
again.
Oh shit. Oh
Wait,
shit.
hit it again.
Oh shit.
No, keep going.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Oh
What am I
shit.
mi- Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
god, they've seen us.
Oh,
Seen us.
fuck.
Dude, no. Oh god.
Oh, shit.
Oh god. Where's no?
Oh shit.
No,
Oh
we
shit.
don't.
This is
You're
real
fine.
bad. This is
Dude.
real fucking bad.
The sirens. No, dude.
Oh
Dude,
no.
let me in.
Oh fuck.
Let me in.
No.
Oh god.
Oh.